following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
I am proud of you, my sons. Tonight, you have learned the final and greatest truth of the ninja. That ultimate mastery comes not of the body, but of the mind. Together, there is nothing your four minds cannot accomplish. Help each other, draw upon one another, and always remember the true force that binds you.
I like turtles. Man, I was gonna get that clip, but I was like, man, that shit's been used so much. But man, that kid's a legend, bro. Because who doesn't love fucking TMNT, guys, man? Obviously, you guys already know what we're gonna talk about today, man. But yo, before we get into that, let me welcome everybody to the show, man. I'm over here like Joe Biden. What do I say? What do I say? But yo, welcome to Real Figures, episode number 16. My name is Omar V. Got a very awesome show today, guys. Let me know if my audio is good. Headphones sound a little funky right now. Yeah, let me know if my audio is good. But yeah, welcome to Real Figures, episode number 16. Got a very awesome show today. Talking everything from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mezcon or the lack of Mezcon, SDCC exclusives. We got a lot to talk about today, man. So yeah, if you guys are here for the toy news of the week, guys found the right place, man. But as always, before I say what's to the chat, I kind of like to wait to get like a little more people in here. Say what's up to everybody, man. But I'll go through my pickups as like people kind of come in. Went in for a Black Series this week, guys. Call me crazy, man, but Ki-Adi-Mundi was one of my favorite Jedis growing up. Like just kind of seeing him in the movies. Yeah, he kind of has a little funny design, kind of little pinhead that he's got going on. But I always thought he was so cool. He kind of reminded me of like an old kung fu master type, you know. So finally, man, long-awaited Black Series. I remember for the longest time, I thought that like. I don't know. I thought for some reason he got canceled or something because they just never produced that figure. And we had like Kit Fisto, we had Plo Koon, we had all these like dope Jedi Masters and stuff. And I was always wondering for Ki-Adi-Mundi. And also Transformers. I don't usually Transformers, man, but I got this Studio Series Megatron from the Bumblebee movie. This thing's fucking awesome, bro. I usually don't Transformers, but like something about Megatron that I always like over Optimus, especially in this bot form, is that he kind of just looks like a 1/12 scale. He just looks like a Terminator, you know? So you got like a G.I. Joe. You just kind of put him on top of him. He just looks like a fucking robot Terminator knocking these Joes out. So I like it a lot, man. And then the design of him. This is supposed to be like a representation of what he would have looked like had he been in the movie Bumblebee. It's kind of more G1 inspired, you know, in a live action take. So I dug this thing a lot. When I first saw it go up, I was like, man, I got to get that. Like, I just have to get it, you know? $55, so it is a little bit pricey, but like, I don't know. I thought it was worth it. Like the design and all that shit just looks so cool. And then obviously, you guys know from the thumbnails, we talked to some TMNT. I got these little Mezco 5 points TMNT. I only got Raph and Leo right now, but these things are pretty cool, man. Very limited like articulation. You have to kind of like pop and swap the limbs. So like usually when you pose them, you kind of have to leave them in that pose for a while. But they're fucking cool, man. They're fun toys. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever picked up that Rebel Tech Mickey that came out like 2 years ago. Kind of the same kind of deal, man. So I suggest picking them up. They're pretty cool. They come with like a lot of accessories. You can kind of get different looks and stuff. But like I said, you have to kind of pop and swap everything, man. So if you guys are interested, I think they're available on Big Bad Toy Store because this is all like my Big Bad Toy Store stuff. And then Savage Crucible, Shadow Slate. This thing's fucking hot, bro. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys hopped on that pre-order. I think it was last week. Yeah, man, these guys are shipping this stuff out over there at Harbinger Studios. So like, be on the lookout, man. We're gonna talk about some of their stuff today, some of their Wave 2 stuff. But man, these figures are awesome, man. I was glad to get this exclusive. I got a couple of them, man, and then I put this snail shell cloak on it just because it works so well. So yeah, that shit's fucking awesome. And yeah, like I said, got like 2 of them, so I haven't opened the other one. probably wait for that for a little bit. Then I went in for another one of those Imperial Guards that I wanted two of because I was like, yeah, they're like Imperial Guards. So you kind of have to have like two Royal Guards when you're talking Star Wars though. And then also went in for that Shield 3-pack. So got to open this thing up. This thing is pretty sweet, man. I'm glad all the Hasbros came out looking sweet. Like I was just kind of worried about that, because it's so many. Hasbro being Hasbro, sometimes they have a little bit issues with QC. But yo, that's all I got for the week. As always, I like to know what you guys are picking up, man. Usually kind of everybody buys different things. So sometimes you get some stuff, sometimes I get some stuff, but it's cool to kind of talk about it and kind of give your opinions on this stuff, man. Because like I said, you can't buy everything. So sometimes you got to kind of enjoy through other people's collecting, So like if there's somebody that like shout out to my man AZ. That dude's picking up everything TMNT for sure, So sometimes when I see that stuff, I'm like, oh man, do I want it? Do I not? And then other people collect other different kind of stuff too, man. So yeah, let me know what you guys are picking up, and then I'll kind of go through the chat and say what's up to everybody. Cause yeah, like I was saying, my man AZ says, "Am I first? Let's go, AZ, man. You must have saw the thumbnail, bro. I had to be first." Shout out to you, man. Will Flow got to catch the replay, but have a great show. Yo, Will, man, thank you, bro. Thank you for all the support all the time, man. Shout out to Will. Andy's Pandies in the house. This is gang, gang, gang. My boy Andy's. What up, bro? Wavy Crockett says squad. What up? What up? What up, Wavy? What's good with you, man? Dark Bulb is in the building. I know this guy likes turtles. What's up, Dark Bulb? That thumbnail's pretty cool, huh? I know got a lot of people in here because of that. Tyler L's in the building. What's up, Ty? Wonder if he got that Shield 3-pack. Where are the turtles? Yeah, where are the turtles? Exactly. Sounds good. The fucking office shit. The Michael Scott says, "Sup, gang? Mochi's in the house. What up? What up? Conehead. Yeah, my boy Kiati Mundi. Man, we're gonna talk about a acolyte figure today, man. Dude, I saw what they did to that guy. It made him look like a fucking jackass. You know what I mean? They're fucking up the canon and that shit. So kind of pissed off about that. And I was almost gonna cancel that figure, man, just because it was so bad what they did to him. Kid Fisto is badass. Yeah, Kid Fisto's the shit, bro. Crazy how long it took them to start getting those Jedis out. Yeah, especially him. Like I said, he was like the last one where like they're even kind of reissuing some of the older ones already because it's just been so long, He's Be Weird. He said those 5-point turtles got more articulation than Super 7 Ultimates. Oh, come on, Be Weird. Oh man, never get tired of bashing Super 7. I'm with you though. Telling the hard shoes. Dark Bulb agrees also. Darth Gutierrez in the house. He says chilling or what? My man, gentlemen, what up? What up? Fool only got the Sharon Carter from that 3-pack. Oh man, you gotta get that Nick Fury, bro. Classic. I do like turtles. My man Dark Bulb. He said, yeah. I got a second Shield 3-pack. Oh, right on, man. Yeah, it's good fodder too, right? Like you could just kind of head swap those things out in and out and stuff. So I dug it, man. Especially I don't know. You could even kind of put them like on suited bodies and stuff, and they'll still kind of look pretty dope, man. So yeah, we'll get into I gotta get into that 3-pack, but we'll see what's up with some Marvel Legends today too, man. But yeah, like I said, got a very awesome show. So don't bury the lead. Omar, get into the toys, guy. We'll just jump right into it, man. Because kicking it out, we're gonna start off with this loose collector item. They're already kind of starting to show off more exclusives now, not just to SDCC, but like online retailers are also kind of getting their exclusives. And loose collector seems to have like a pretty good relationship with Big Bad Toy Store, man. Obviously, not only him, but this Crypt Monster Hide figure is third release already, I believe. He did do his Kickstarter one, sold out, did a reissue where it was like a variation. So this one is like a variation version too, where it kind of resembles a little bit of that first look, but if you kind of pay attention to it, like it's kind of a darker green on this one, man. And the skin tone to me, honestly, looks a little bit better. That first Kickstarter Monster Hide had like this like kind of like yellowish kind of skin where it kind of works. Like it kind of does kind of work because he's like mutating kind of, so it's like it kind of goes hand in hand. But I don't know. When I saw this, I just like the look of it also a lot more, honestly. And I don't even know if it was because of the hair, because I know in that first release he also has like brown hair. This one's kind of just like he's kind of getting old. He's like got an older look to him. So I don't know, man. I haven't picked one of these guys up, and so seeing this one kind of pop up this week kind of got on my radar instantly, man. They are taking a deposit right now. I think Big Bad Toy Store's now kind of starting to lean more into that type of stuff, kind of taking NRDs and stuff. Probably just because of multiple cancellations from people. Like I get it. I used to do it all the time too. I'd kind of pre-order stuff just to kind of maybe think about it and then cancel. But that honestly kind of fucks up their business, their whole business kind of strategy that they got going on at Big Bad Toy Store. And I don't know. I've always kind of like heard like stuff like that towards Big Bad Toy Store sometimes, like where they uptick prices, sometimes where now they're taking NRDs. But I just feel like I don't know. I feel like Big Bad Toy Store gets to pass because it's like, man, if we didn't have them, like how hard would this hobby be? I think people always kind of talk about like Toys R Us and wanting Toys R Us back. They were losing money, bro. You know what I mean? They were losing money. So if Big Bad Toy Store can kind of make financial strategy, like plan out financial strategies a lot better, then hey man, I'm all for it. I kind of started to think about that too when I would like pre-order and cancel all the time on them. I kind of stopped doing it even before they did the NRD. So they are taking an NRD on this one. And yeah, here you have the kind of comparison with that regular version. And like I said, the skin tone's a little bit different where I don't know, like this one's just kind of a little bit more tan. I kind of like it. Like it kind of works, but that first release still works too. One of the things I've never really kind of doubled back on is see how these held up. Like I don't really know, like just looking at the body, how heavy it is and how big it is. I have to wonder like how well those like fucking like hip joints and all that stuff in the shoulders kind of held out, because I do have those that Immortal Hulk and the Red Hulk from Diamond Select, and man, after kind of moving them around for so many times, like kind of moving the arms and stuff, they kind of get a little bit loose just because it's so big. Like the pegs are just so big. So I had to kind of wonder the same thing about here, but I don't know, man. For $104, it's a huge ass piece. It does come with these little imp babies, little fucking devil babies and stuff. So you get 2 of those. And like I said, this is probably going to be maybe your last opportunity to get this one, because this is the 3rd version. So I don't know. And it kind of resembles the classic, that first version. So like if you missed out on that one, I feel like this is a good out. I think the 2nd version had like black pants, if I want to remember correctly. I think he had like the same kind of body, but just the pants were different. Where this one, it's like the tone, the color and the green is a little bit darker. The skin's a little bit different. So I don't know. I think this one looks still a little bit more classic. I didn't really like the black pants. So I don't know. I'm gonna think about this one, because like I said, this might be the last opportunity to jump in for this Monster High figure. And it's just such a standout piece. I haven't really picked up anything from Loose Collector, so I do want to get on board with at least something. I do have like the werewolves on pre-order, so I'm gonna wait for those. So I don't know, depending on what comes out first. I think those are kind of scheduled to come out soon though, so those might be my first ones. More people are trickling in, man. My man KJ's in the house. He said, "What's up, peeps?" Yo, KJ, what up, bro? So yo, that high figures are dope. Oh, right on. Did you get the first one or did you get the second one? Because I don't know, when I saw the second one, I was like, oh man, that first one sold out, I should get this one. But it was just something about like the black pants, like the black rib pants. I was just like, I don't know, I'm not feeling it. But now seeing this one, I'm like, hey man, might be my opportunity. Mr. Ortega says, hey yo, hey yo. Bancho says, hey yo. This was Bancho, my boy Bancho. Oh man, I got that first height. Oh, right on, man. Yeah, that's still a dope one. I think that one might be, I don't know, depending on. I think they're equally dope, honestly. Like I do like this one, but I think I might be saying it just because I missed out on the other one. So I got to cope. That's a mean cope. And they are saying it's the last one. Okay, yeah, I would imagine, because it's like, man, how many times they're gonna kind of reproduce this? So yeah, this is gonna be a limited run just to Big Bad Toy Store, and that's it, guys. Like that'll be the last chance you get or the last opportunity you get to get this figure. Ghost Tab is in the house and missing that Sean Connery figure. Oh yeah, man, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That'd be a fucking dope ass line. I don't know why people don't jump on that, man. It might be a hard license to get. Those werewolves look tight. Yeah, I agree, Darth. They do look pretty awesome. Coping and seething. Oh man, I gotta get that clip from Laser Pants. That was a funny ass song. But yeah, be on the lookout for this one. Like I said, it's exclusive to Big Bad Toy Store. They are taking NRDs now, and it's scheduled to release in Q4 of this year, I believe so. But next up, moving on to this exquisite super series from Hiya Toys, is Judge Dredd. And yeah, this thing is also popping up as an exclusive to I guess SDCC, even though it's gone up everywhere pretty much. It has sold out. So if you were able to lock in the pre-order, it was priced at $120. And then I believe The Amazing, who took these product photography shots, had a review up on his YouTube. So if you were interested to kind of go take a look at that one. I didn't pre-order the first one initially. I think I was waiting to see in-hand images and stuff. But then kind of seeing this pop up this week and it being exclusive, I kind of just jumped on it. I'm over here saying that I wasn't gonna jump on pre-orders and cancel and treat Big Bad Toy Store right, but I don't know, man. I had a feeling this thing was gonna sell out, so I think I'm gonna jump on this one, man, because it just looks really cool. I did watch the review. It's pretty dope. Like I said, I'm just kind of hesitant to get anything higher just because I haven't really picked up anything from them. Not 1/18 scale and none of their like 112 like Rambo stuff. Even though I have seen the reviews, they look pretty good. Like they look awesome. It's just something about the Rambo face sculpts, head sculpts that are just kind of off to me. But this one kind of more stylized and like a comic book look. It's like it kind of works, you know. The one thing I am kind of hesitant about and kind of wonder like how well it's gonna last is like the suited body right here, because it is kind of like this weird kind of material where I don't know, even like old Mezcos, they don't last. I know anytime like Hot Toys have this type of like pleathery material kind of, a lot of people kind of get worried about that stuff. So I do kind of worry about like the wear and tear on this thing over time. But yeah, I don't know. I'll risk it. I don't think I'm gonna be posing this thing out like super crazy, you know. Probably get some cool looks out of it. And then the poncho that he has, like that brown poncho, where this is what I'm talking about when I was talking about that Donatello mech. It's like, dude, it needs some kind of wear and tear. You can't just have a fucking clean ass poncho, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a fucking mech. That's a robot, bro. Like, it needs wear and tear, you know what I mean? So like when I saw that, I was like, yeah, that's pretty clean, you know. It just has like a dope ass look to him. It just looks really rugged and stuff, you know. Then the accessories that it kind of comes with, it comes with a lot of cool stuff, like this fucking bloody baseball bat. That's just sick as fuck, you know. So it comes with enough cool stuff where I don't know, maybe $120 is a little bit pricey on the pricier side, especially for something I'm not really familiar with as far as like a company line or a toy line. But I'm willing to give it a try. I think this will probably be my first Hiya toys for sure, for sure. So I'm excited to get it. And yeah, like I said, the pre-orders did kind of dry up, but usually sometimes people kind of cancel. I don't know if there was a limit to pre-order. I think there might have been. I think it was like limited to one per customer. So there might be some cancellations. So if you are interested, I'll probably just bookmark that listing and then just kind of keep tabs on it. And maybe you might kind of come across it, kind of pop in stock at a random time. Usually people kind of do that at random times all the time. Hiya's good shit. My man KJ stands behind it. Yeah, I seen KJ, some of your hauls, bro. You're always getting like dope ass stuff, man. So yeah, shit, you would obviously know, man. If you're picking up multiple lines, you probably have a good feel on like the quality, you know, in between lines and stuff. I have high hopes on their RoboCop 112 figure still on pre-order. Oh, right on, Ghost Have. Yeah, those look pretty dope too. Yeah, like I said, man, they're making some pretty cool stuff, interesting lines, interesting licenses. But like I said, I just have to kind of really make up my mind on what I'm gonna go in for. You know, they'll do the bike. Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah, man. That shit is that Mezco is like a fucking grail, man. Dredge beating on fools for a traffic stop. Oh man. Welcome LA, bro. It's on pre-order. It's available on BBTS. Yeah, it is, but didn't it dry up? I just kind of looked at the listing right now. It was kind of pre-orders kind of sold out. So I don't know. Like usually kind of like that when it says pre-orders sold out, but it gives you like the time that it's gonna the ETA that it's gonna arrive. Sometimes that's kind of still saying that it's like hasn't arrived and people can still cancel it or people still have it in their pile of loots. So yeah, you could probably do that. You can pre-order if you want. It's not sold out anymore. Oh, right on, man. Cool. That's fucking awesome. So yeah, be on the lookout. Maybe as I was talking this thing up or talking it down, somebody canceled it because I know it wasn't me. But yo, moving on from there, let's talk some turtles, guys, because I didn't want to bury the lead, man. Get into some of these TMNT previews and stuff. Now this has been shown off before, but we finally got official product images from NECA for their last Ronin Donatello, and this figure looks pretty freaking awesome, man. Like it just looks pretty cool. Like if you guys haven't read the last Ronin comic series, I suggest picking up like the collected format. It's a quick read, and like I said, it's probably the best TMNT story in I don't know in a very long time. I probably ever, honestly. Like I can't even put like really tell you like a storyline. Obviously, maybe some of like the old Mirage stuff is obviously going to hold the title, maybe for nostalgia. But the last Ronin comic series was really dope. I kind of bummed out that it's kind of continued on to like this kind of extended universe where they're kind of like having like a new generation of turtles. It's not really working. I haven't really picked up any of those issues, but this storyline was pretty cool. It was a quick read, and the designs of the turtles are so awesome, man. Without kind of spoiling it, even though it's like fucking 3 years old or 4 years old. My man Donnie, bro, they might get a battle damage version of this guy. That's all I can say. But this version right here is just so cool. Like I said, man, they just have like these distinct looks. It's just kind of like a more, I don't even want to call it modern, but just kind of like seeing kind of characters like this and aged out and like the continuation of a story is something that like I think comic readers always want and stuff, you know. It's like I can't tell you how frustrated people are a lot of the times with like a Spider-Man story where it's just like this dude's still acting like he's in school or in high school and stuff, and it's like, bro, Like, you know, now they're doing the Ultimate Spider-Man run, and he's kind of like married to Mary Jane. It's like they should have done that a long time ago, dude. They need to like kind of age some of these characters up, find a proper character to pass the mantle to, and kind of produce a cool storyline to kind of do that. So I feel like the last Ronin was that, man. So you got to kind of see like these aged up kind of versions of the brothers, and they just look so cool, man. Because yeah, I did kind of see this pop up on Walmart, and I haven't seen it pop up on Amazon, man. My dumbass is just kind of put it in my cart, and I didn't really check out because I was at work. But yeah, by the time I got back, this thing was already kind of sold out. So I am kind of keeping tabs on either Walmart, if I see it on Amazon, maybe Best Buy is gonna get it. Because I definitely want to get this. I have picked up the Raph. The Raph is probably one of my favorite turtle figures that I have, honestly. And the Leonardo is very awesome too. And obviously, what can you say about the last Ronin? That first release, or the first two releases of the last Ronin figure, fucking sick as fuck. Without spoiling who it was. Because then from there we move on to Michelangelo. Like I said, without spoiling who it was, we move on to Michelangelo, man. And this one looks equally cool too, man. So yeah, this figure is obviously going to be one for the collection. I just like how they look, where even if it's in your own head canon and you haven't read the story, just having all four of these brothers kind of on the shelf, they're gonna look so awesome because they just have such a distinct look. It's something you've never really seen before, you know, outside of that comic series. Yeah, even if you haven't read the storyline, I suggest picking them all up because yeah, it's gonna be a cool set of turtles to kind of have in your collection over time. And I just think it's awesome that NECA produced these things, and they're relatively easy to get. Like yeah, right now initially they're kind of sold out in some places, but if you hop into like Target or Walmart, you're kind of usually seeing them a lot of the times, or at least AZ Toy Hunters Guild is. Supposedly another version of the last one of Turtles are coming out. Looks like they're from specific looks in their issues. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can imagine that. They could probably definitely get a few more looks out of them. I think Leonardo, especially. Because I know they did do that battle damage with Rav, so they might do battle damage versions. Who knows? Oh man, Ghost Tab is I got the Donnie on Walmart. He looks like he's ready to paint my house. I prefer his black costume, the one without the bandana. Oh yeah, the Donnie. Yeah, he does kind of have a kind of cool look like that. I don't know. I like it. It kind of has like this like fucking like this old style Japanese like samurai type of look to him. Like I just like it, like a Ronin type of look. So yeah, I like it. I like all of them, honestly. B Reverse in the house. Said, yo, what up, B? Let's go, you, man. The book is 2 years old. Spoil away. Yeah, I know. I always have to like trip out when people are like, oh fuck, I haven't read it. It's like, come on, bro. This thing is fucking years old already. Fuji Toy teaser in the back of Mikey Pictures. Yeah, that's what it kind of looked like, right? I did kind of see that, and I wasn't sure if that was like from the Mirage series or something. Yeah, you kind of see it right here in the back. That is definitely not the Mirage one. And then the ninja, the foot ninjas, man, those shits are fucking sick, bro. Like I just like those a lot. And then the Sinja bots, they're fucking awesome. So this last Ronin line is killer, man. It's probably NECA's like one of NECA's better lines, honestly. Behind, I mean, they all their lines are sick. Like even that cartoon line that I was kind of bashing last week, where it's just kind of a little bit too fucking long. But I'm sure the people that are collecting them are happy to be buying all the characters from that series, man. Because I think the same thing can kind of be said about like Dragon Ball. Every time they put out a new SH figuarts, it's like they get into these deep cut characters, you know, and the fans are always stoked for it, man. So fucking who am I to bash it, man? And then we got Dark Bulb. He says that Donnie reminds me of me of Carl from Aqua Teen. Yeah, yeah, he does kind of have that fucking look to him, huh? These turtles wear pants. Take that, Motu. Take that. And Mythic Legions. Yeah, you're right, man. Mirage Future Toy is dark gray. Yeah, it's got like a distinct look. They should have. They showed a last Ronin Future Toy last year. SDCC supposedly coming in accessory pack. Oh, okay. Yeah, I do remember like them having like that sick ass diorama. You're right about that. They had like just I don't know. Every time they have like those displays, it's hard to like really talk about every single piece and every single thing because like when these turtles were first shown off, it was kind of like SDCC. But like I said, when you finally get the promotional images, it's just kind of worth talking about again because they just look so cool and they're just worth talking about and admiring because some people might not buy them. You know what I mean? They might just this might be the only time they get to kind of look at them and make up their mind. You know what I mean? Must buy all the turtles. Oh, you goddamn right. I like turtles. I need to get that clip, man, because that shit is gold, bro. That little kid is fucking awesome. But yeah, moving on from there, move on to these JOYTOY Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1/18 scale, guys. And man, if there was anything that took the freaking community by storm this week, it had to be these fucking JOYTOY turtles, man. Something that probably a lot of people would have initially thought they would have passed on just because it's not a 1/12 scale figure. Usually, a lot of people that are in this kind of hobby now, at least a lot of the people that I kind of interact with, are usually kind of more 1/12 scale collectors. But just looking at the design of these and the execution that the JOYTOY is kind of putting out there, they look fucking awesome, man. That I have to wonder who's passing up on these, because I just saw multiple people excited. So just taking a look at some of the up close images that we have of them, they have like this very kind of, I don't know, like they just have like this distinct look where it kind of reminds me of like a little bit of the 2003, a little bit of kind of a little bit of the Playmates stuff too, just because of the whited out eyes. That also kind of reminds me of 2003. So they just look cool as fuck, man. And then kind of looking through them, they are priced at $35 a piece. So if I don't know who the hell would just buy one of them. I mean, you could just be the hugest Leonardo fan, but you're gonna be lacking a fucking dope display, because if you got to get all of them when it comes to TMNT. So you are able to kind of buy them individually, or buy them in a pack that I've seen kind of popping up in multiple places already. I think 5K Toys is taking pre-orders. Multiple sites are taking pre-orders. You're able to find these relatively easy, where initially a lot of people didn't think so. I think the first couple of promotional images kind of was put out there with like a disclaimer saying that these are only going to be available overseas. So the FOMO starts hitting people. But bro, this is a toy community, man. Retailers are going to find somehow, some way. A Nerd Zoa got them, so everybody got these damn things. Where I think BBTS still hasn't put their pre-orders up. I have to wonder if they do. I think they will, because yeah, like I said, they do get other JOYTOY stuff, so I'm pretty sure those are gonna pop up on there. But just going through the accessories, they look really fucking cool, man. They have skateboards with them, effects for their weapons, and yeah, just like I said, the design of them just like super clean. Where even though they're 1/18 scale, I'm still interested, man. Like something about turtles that they can range in scale and sizes, man. It's just they're a fucking turtle, bro. They're a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. It's like these are toys, guys. They're not real. They're not gonna pop out. They're gonna come to life, right? But they would just look fucking dope as fuck. Where I think when a lot of people first saw those Fury toys, those Samurai Force Ninja Turtles, they were kind of a little bit turned off by like the size of the Leonardo, because he was a little bit too short. A lot of people are like, I don't know, but like to me, I always didn't mind it. I always thought it works. Like it's still gonna make a cool toy. Like I said, these little fucking Mezco 5 points turtles are fucking sick as hell. And yeah, these are not gonna fucking get nowhere near the articulation or the range that these JOYTOY figures get. But they look cool and they're dope. Like that's usually how I buy toys. If it looks cool and it's something I like, I go in for it. I don't really kind of let scale kind of dictate what I buy. But just kind of going through the promotional images, what are your guys' thoughts, man? Did you guys hop on these, or am I just kind of talking out of my ass saying that everybody was kind of hot for these? Because to me, it was probably the more exciting thing of the week, honestly. Those are nice. These are nice. My man Rojo in the house. What up, Rojo? Fighting code names is hell yeah. The articulation on those foot soldiers is shit. They can stand or tip over only. Those check those pictures out. Oh yeah, I liked them. I don't know why. I got some cool range out of them. But yeah, I don't know. They are kind of limited, just like all NECA is, honestly. But I don't know. I think the design of them kind of carries them. 35 for 1/8. I hate to pass on them, but they are pricey. Yeah, that is a little pricey, right? You're not wrong. But I feel like they're getting packed out with so much stuff that it's kind of justifying the price, at least in my head. I didn't really kind of see that they were kind of overpriced. 1/6 is gay, 1/18 is not. Tears. He's like, they're not real. Fucking code names. Oh man, you heard it here first, bro. These toys ain't coming to life. You can do more details on 1/6. Oh yeah, some 1/6 turtles like where a company would do would be fucking sick. I have to wonder if like 3-0. I know 3-0 had done the Michael Bay turtles before. They were kind of pack all kinds of details in them, but like a company just taking their own inspiration, like it'd be kind of cool to see. I'm excited for these AZ Toyners. God damn it, AZ, we know you're excited for these. No, I'm just kidding, man. Who isn't though? Like I honestly, like I'm waiting to see like somebody that wasn't really feeling these outside of the price, because Ghost Tab, you do bring up an interesting point, but I don't know. I feel like they got to pay the licensing fee. And then also I think they're gonna up price a little bit, knowing how popular they're gonna sell. After all these years of thinking they are real, KJ, trying to figure out who to order from. Yeah, that's the one thing too, right? Because initially I saw multiple like overseas sites that I don't usually order from. I was like, I don't know. I'll kind of wait around. I think I'm gonna go to the 5K Toys route, because I don't know. 5K is pretty cool. They're just taking an NRD. And then they ship relatively fast. I'm actually don't live too far away from where they usually ship out from. I was actually surprised to see that. But yeah, they usually pretty cool, honestly. Like I have nothing bad to say about 5K toys usually. I just spent on the NECA SDCC, so I have to pass on these. Oh yeah, man. Like I said, a lot of stuff's hitting right now, man. A lot of stuff's hitting right now, man. Where you got to really make up on your mind on what to get, what not. I hope JOYTOY goes all Warhammer on the TMNT line. Yeah, that's the other thing, right? They got to be cooking something, bro. They got to be putting together a van, some fucking foot soldier. Like they got to be going all out on this, man. I can't wait to see like they do a shredder or like a fucking splinter. They're gonna look fucking awesome, bro. Like they're gonna kill it, honestly, if they really go deep in it. They look awesome. Be weird, yeah, man. Because just kind of looking through the promotional images, like I said, packing out a lot of detail in such a small figure, it's pretty awesome to see. And like I said, they come with multiple accessories. You are kind of able to get, cool poses and cool shit like that. And just looking at the range on them, like I said, I've not really messed with too much JOYTOY. I've only ever like really handled one. It's actually thanks to my man Codenames. Actually sent me like this Blood Angel Warhammer figure, and yeah, I actually kind of got to see like just what the hype was about, man, because I always see people buying the Warhammer stuff. But man, this might be an introduction for JOYTOY for a lot of people, man. Like outside of people that have kind of picked up a Warhammer figure here and there. I think this is going to be an introduction to JOYTOY, and it might get a lot more people on board to buy more of their 118 stuff, honestly. Because once you start getting one thing, you want to kind of build out, more of a world, honestly, to kind of play with these toys. But yeah, just kind of going through the pictures. The pizza's the one thing that kind of stood out to me where I'm like, fucking pizzas are big as fuck. But it is New York City, so that is a New York slice. But yeah, I was really impressed with the accessories and just the look of them, man. Honestly, like just the look of them, and I think that's the one thing that like always sells for TMNT. It's like, man, no matter how you can kind of design them any which way, and they're always gonna look so cool. It's just such a perfect IP for toys. It's just so toyetic. And it's so great that like for a company knowing that like, yeah, you have to buy all four. You can't just fucking pussyfoot, to use my man Boncho's word. You can't pussyfoot this shit. You gotta get all four, bro. You're gonna get the most fun getting all four. That's why I'm kind of frustrated with like the Fury Samurai 4 stuff. And also Super 7 when they did their Ultimate series for the Wave 1 turtles. They were like, it took like over a fucking year to get all four of them, and it's like, god damn. I think what the 5K joints, the Fury toys, are taking like at least over a year, where we still haven't even seen Raph, where it's like, oh man. So it kind of kills the joy, no pun intended. It kind of kills the joy and takes a little bit of the fun out of it when you have to kind of wait so long. Because for me, I just like to get all four of them initially, and like seeing this that they kind of designed, prototyped out and are manufacturing them all four at the same time. Like that for me is a good selling point. Because yeah, even though they are a little bit pricey, it's just one purchase and I get all of them, and I'm pretty happy about that. So yeah, like AZ saying, I'm actually waiting to see who to pre-order from still, but like I might be leaning 5K. We need a Chinese company to make 1/12 scale from this Chinese company like they do Transformers. Shit, bro. Don't ask, because they might come through. Foot wraps look dope. The colors pop. Yeah. Oh, 100%. You're right about that, man. Like, yeah, the foot wraps and all that stuff. Like, yeah, just wicked ass designs where they could have gotten lazy and just given you like the same fucking design, but they all have something different. Like this fucking like license plate shit attached to Mikey is just so fucking cool. Where it's like, it makes sense. This is something that he would find like in a sewer, and they would kind of gear themselves out. Obviously, Donatello's always going to have like this fucking gadgets and everything. It's going to look so cool. But they could have just gone a super lazy route, just designed them all the same, and just been like, okay, here's a different color bandana, different weapons. You're happy, right? Like, nah, dude. And that's the thing where I'm like, okay, I can kind of understand the Samurai 4 stuff, where it's like they are kind of taking time to kind of design some cool looking turtles. But fuck, look at JOYTOY, man. They did pretty much that, and obviously still kind of resembling each other. Like the Samurai 4 look kind of way different a lot of the times. I mean, we've only got Donatello and Leonardo, but we have seen Mikey. They look pretty different. They look distinct from one another. Where they look different enough. Like even the head sculpts, they're not exactly the same head sculpt. Like Mikey's head is a little bit more, I don't know, it's got a little bit more of a funny shape. Obviously, he's gonna fucking be grinning. The Raph, you gotta have that grimacing fucking face head sculpt, and it is a little bit bigger. And I don't know, maybe it's kind of because he's tilting forward, but to me, he had like a little bit more of a dome shape on his head. So I thought that was just cool as fuck, man. And yeah, like Rojo said, the colors pop, man. Like they look so cool. And I think that's like I said, man, that's just TMNT, bro. Every time you see these colors on the fucking turtles, see the weapons, you see Mikey, you see all of them. Hey, you got to get them, man. Yeah, posed up too. Like, fuck, how fun is that, bro? Like, it just, I don't know. It's such a perfect IP for toys. I love them. So yeah, I got to see this shit. Say no to DLC toy collecting. Yeah, man. Fuck all that DLC shit. I'm not with that. I have the JOYTOY stillborn line, and the toys are really good for the money. Right on. New York pizza for the win. Man, code names. Talking like a good New Yorker. Rule of 4. Yeah, buddy. AZ knows, man. AZ don't play when it comes to turtles, man. Gundam and 5K toys ordered from both. Right on. Yeah, Codename actually the one that sent these to me when I first saw them. I was like, oh shit. Hey, I had to stop what I was doing. I had to put my phone close to my face. I was like, whoa. RGT for Reggaeton Holmes, Central New York. I'm not into TMNT anymore, but these designs and colors look tight. Come on, Darth. You can grow up, man, or you can get older, but you don't got to grow up. I like Big Nerdy saying right there. But yeah, these look awesome, man. So let me know if you guys are picking them up. I for sure did. Like I said, I'm just gonna go the 5K toys route. I was kind of waiting for PBTS, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna cut the crab before these do kind of start drying up. But from there, keeping up with a little bit of TMNT action, we got more SDCC exclusive, this time from the loyal subjects in their best action line. Here we have Metalhead and Donatello. So very early preview. Kind of don't like that they're doing this. It's just like a side look at the box. It's like, do you want me to fucking be excited about this shit or not? Like, I can't see shit, guys. Like, fucking hell, man. You know, so I guess they glow in the dark. But yeah, if you're SDCC, go to their booth and tell them, fuck you. I just thought it was so stupid. It's like, dude, do you guys want me to see this shit or not? Like, what are we looking at here? We're looking at the side of a fucking box, and the box doesn't even look that interesting. Like, come on, guys. Like, seriously. Like, come on, guys. Cut the crap. I'm not talking about these again, even though they get previewed out probably later on. It's like, nah, dude, it's not how you do a rollout, bro. Fuck all that shit, man. So they want me to talk about it. You got to show the fucking product. Because from there, we do finally get up close images and inbox images of these remastered turtles from Playmates. And man, there was a little bit of controversy with these fucking things initially, man. Initially, when they first were showing off, I think a lot of people were hyped, kind of knowing that Playmates was going to do a remastered turtle line to their classic Playmates turtles. But then it came out that they had this weird texture to their fucking skin where it just looks so ugly. But finally getting an up close look at them, like inbox images, I don't know. I think I can overlook it. I've gone back and forth on this. Like, I've seriously gone back and forth on this where I was super hyped and then I wasn't hyped and then now I'm hyped again, kind of. Because it's just kind of going through them. They do have, obviously, we didn't know about these little bases, and I didn't know that they connected like this in this like little square. But they also kind of build out this little display set, I guess, like just a more of a, I don't know, I guess of a diorama thing type. You could call this a diorama. So I thought it was just cool. I think it's fun, you know. They are exclusive to Walmart, so that's my only issue. It's like I always kind of have problems with Walmart. I don't really get to go into Walmarts that often. And then their site usually fucking sucks ass. I'm not really on top of it, man. So I'm gonna be looking out for Paternia's links and just hoping to lock these up. And then the other thing that I heard that a lot of people are having issue with, and I do kind of understand that, is like the head sculpt on Donnie and I think Leo are mixed up. Where I think Leo is supposed to have the head sculpt that Donnie has, and then Donnie's supposed to have the head sculpt that Leo has. Where it's like, man, like, why do they do that? You know what I mean? It's just like, why the fuck do they do that? I always think that type of stuff is kind of lame when companies, they should know. They should kind of understand, you know? But I don't know. Maybe they wanted him to resemble more Raph and then Donnie, you know, resemble more Mikey because they are kind of like the second tier, I guess, of the group, you know, second in commands, I guess it's fair to say. Aiden Skays in the building. He says, what's up, everyone? Tyler L's in the house. I said what's up to Ty already. I take that high back, Ty. Lumpy. Yeah, the skins are a little bit bumpy, bro. They look a little bit kind of funny. So I don't know. Some images of them inbox. I wasn't mad at them. I was like, initially, like I said, I was hyped, and then I got kind of disappointed, and then I don't know. So we gotta wait to see on these things. I think they're still gonna sell well, even though a lot of people are kind of pushing back on them. I think they're still gonna sell well because it's fucking turtles, guys, and we love turtles here. And then from there, jumping over to some more Playmate stuff. They are like retroing out some of these classic like toy figures and stuff for the 40-year anniversary that TMNT is kind of celebrating for their stuff. So they do got this pizza thrower. I think some of this stuff's already kind of showing up in stores, man. Shout out to AZ. He's one of the guys that's always kind of doing these hunt videos, and like I always kind of watch his like YouTube and stuff. and follow his like Instagram and all that stuff. He has all that kind of info all the time. So they do have this pizza thrower kind of like getting reissued, and then also this toilet taxi that's getting reissued also. So man, guys, like relive your childhood, man. Like I said before, some of the times my parents, they weren't able to buy us every single fucking toy, but now you can buy whatever the fuck you want, man. And I don't know, getting some of this stuff, you get like instant nostalgia, you know, like seeing some of these toys back in the day, whether you had them or you knew friends that had them or just seeing them in store a lot of the times. I don't know, it's a cool opportunity to get some of this stuff. I'm probably not in for the pizza thrower just because I don't know, it's not my favorite design on some of this stuff. But this toilet taxi shit looks pretty funny, man. I think I might hop on and get this shit. It just looks super cool. And then one of the things I'm excited about when it comes to this stuff, gets me one step closer to getting this fucking turtle copter that I always wanted, man. I always thought about buying this shit on eBay. I'm not gonna buy $100 fucking old school toy, especially when a lot of times the listings are incomplete. So I do believe that they are gonna get to this eventually. So I'm excited. Every time I see this type of stuff, I'm just like one step closer, baby. One step closer, man. Cause yeah, I want to get this thing. I kind of just want to have like dangle it over my turtle display in my room, and that'll be pretty fucking dope, you know. Because like I said, some of the stuff I always did, like, you know, like some of the toys that other kids had. I'm always thankful for when my parents were able to get us, man. But a lot of times they weren't able to get us every single thing. But now, like I said, the joy of toy collecting now is that now all these companies are retroing out stuff, modernizing stuff, reproducing stuff all the time. You are able to kind of go back and kind of relive stuff that you didn't get to enjoy back in the day, or maybe you did. And it's just such a fun time to be a collector now. Like I really feel like this is really like a golden period, I guess, in toy collecting, man. I know it's probably not the most original stuff coming out because we're just kind of revisiting old properties, but just the fun of just getting to see older toys get reissued, new stuff get made. It's just such a good time to be a toy collector, man. So I'm excited to see Playmates continue to do these like retro releases. Because yeah, they might not be for everybody, but man, even if you have like a kid or something, you buy a kid this, like I think these are like a better toy than some of the stuff being made now for kids, where it's like fucking science projects and shit like that. Yeah, that's fun, but I'll leave that to the schools, bro. The schools should be buying that stuff. You should buy your kids like toys and fun stuff, and let them know about stuff that you had back in the day, man, or you kind of played with back in the day. And it's like kind of a good way to kind of keep these IPs alive. You know what I mean? So be on the lookout for this. Because from there we are moving into more like retro style releases. This time from Mattel, they are reproducing, or they're not reproducing, but they are producing this 2-Bad figure for SDCC. So here we have a Filmation 2-Bad, where the biggest pushback on this is this motherfucker never came out of the cartoon. Kind of came out in an episode where he was kind of like on the screen and stuff. He was like in this little frame. So it is kind of cool that they have like they're incorporating this frame into the release. But yeah, here we have, I believe his name is Tuvar and Bradaw or Badra. So these guys are like brothers that combine. The one thing, bro, that these dumbasses fucked up is they put this torso on backwards. Like they put the legs on backwards, because the thing about this is like you are able to kind of like take off the limbs and pop and swap them, but like his legs is like torso is on backwards like that. Like his crotch area is actually his ass. Crotch area is supposed to be this little speedo little look to him. So it kind of looked fucking stupid as fuck. Where it's like, man, these are your promotional images, guys. Like, can you fucking not do this shit correctly? So yeah, they kind of fucked up there, but the figures themselves look cool enough. Like I said, this is more inspiration like from the Filmation stuff, the cartoon line that they have for the Origin series. So it's not something that I'm gonna go in for. I think it's a cool exclusive because, like I said, it's not necessary to the line. I am waiting for an Origins 2-Bad. Like I do want an Origins 2-Bad, but I just want like the retro version of the vintage toy. I don't want like the cartoon stuff. I haven't really picked up any of the cartoon stuff, even though they do look cool. I did get that Gary V Skeletor where it has like the Filmation kind of like head sculpt and everything, and I thought that one was cool, but I think I'm just happy with that. So I did get that Gary V one, but I'm kind of staying away from the Filmation stuff because, like I said, I didn't really grow up with Masters of the Universe. It's just something I'm kind of learning about now as the retro toys are coming out. But I'm big on the Origins line, so some of the ones that I am able to get from Origins, I am hopping on. Outside of the Mattel Creations exclusive a lot of the times now, because like I said, I was bitching about that last time. Not liking those shipping prices, man. And yeah, right here you can kind of see the torso where it's just like, yeah, that's the front way, And right here they have this motherfucker on backwards. So it's like, you fucking dumbasses. You had one job. and you fucked up. You fucked up, man. So yeah, that was kind of a little bit lame from on their end, but it is a fun exclusive. I thought it was fun enough because yeah, like I said, this is the first time they're kind of doing this Origins Too Bad figure. So a lot of the people were kind of pissed off about it being a Filmation version, where I think people are just fucking retarded and don't think that a toy company obviously now has the mold ready, and all they pretty much have to do is change up the head sculpt. So for some odd reason, people are thinking we're not gonna get a classic Origins look. And I'm like, yeah, you guys are fucking dumb as fuck. Obviously, this is just gonna be exclusive, and they're gonna reproduce the Origins one later down the line, where it might be a Mattel Creations exclusive, but at least it won't be SDCC exclusive, because some of the Mattel SDCC exclusives are pretty hard to come by. I don't think I ever got that 40. I think it was the 40-year anniversary He-Man and Skeletor 2-pack. Actually looked fucking sick, where it had like the flocked like loincloth. That shit looked awesome, but I was just like, damn, I missed out, man. I think kind of went up in price a little bit. So I wasn't able to get it, man. So yeah, I'm happy that this Mattel Creations exclusive Motu for release is not something I really want, because I'd be missing out. Going back to the TMNT. So need that sewer layer place. Oh, it's coming, AZ. You know it's coming. So throw a pizza my way. Oh, for reals, right? Shit, man. AZ jumps through the magic wardrobe entering Toy Narnia. Yeah, dude, AZ's like, I'm just going to my Target. Oh, there they are. There's the Jada Street Fighter. Everything's there. Like, fucking AZ. That's awesome, though, man. Maybe if I actually tried going hunting, I'd find the shit. I'm always just saying I never find anything, but I never go. It's like when you don't win the lottery and you don't play. They're using the 80s box arts, too. Damn, yeah. All the box art, yeah, for the retro stuff is fucking awesome, man. Like I said. And some of the times, a lot of people are buying this and not even opening. And I don't blame them at all, because it's like, this isn't like bleeding edge fucking articulation or anything like that. So, hey, man, if it looks cool in the box to you, like, I'm not mad at it for this retro stuff. Because, like I said, this is retro toys, you know. But I need this damn turtle copter, and I am popping that shit out of the box. I'm hanging that shit from my fucking ceiling. Because yeah, it just looks so fucking awesome. I punish my kids by making them play with toys. Yeah, I know. If you get fucking kids don't want to play with toys, bro. They just want to be on the iPad or the phone or some shit. Fucking, oh man. So fucking lame, right? What happens to their wieners when they combine? Oh man. B-Word's asking the real questions. Omar, you ain't talking. You ain't real talking, bro. You ain't talking nothing, man. B-Word's asking the real questions. They become a butt. Yeah, see, it's like, dude, when I saw that, I was like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, what? Like, how do they not look at that shit and be like, wait, this looks way off? You know, whoever was taking the pictures is like, yo, bud, we fucked this up. We fucked that up, dude. God damn it, man. Like, yeah, they fucked that up. And then the packaging, I guess, on this looks pretty cool. The artwork is dope as fuck. But yeah, I don't know. Easy pass for me. Easy pass. I'm happy that it's a Filmation one. They become Tran bad. Oh man. Oh, you guys summoned Boncho. Two bad wieners. Oh fuck. No, I think this guy had the answer. Answers, they become a butt. Yeah, real shit, man. Like, just look at this, dude. How fucking dumb. I almost didn't get this picture. I was like, you know what? I'm not showing that fucking shit. That's awful. But then it's like, when I looked at it, I was like, man, that's the only image they have where they're combined. Like, these dumb idiots had one job, literally. Like I said, all you had to do was get one picture of them combined, you dumb fucking morons. Oh man. Oh well. They don't usually fumble all the time, but hey man, sometimes mistakes happen. I'm not reading these comments out loud anymore. But yeah, moving on from there, moving on to some more Mattel creations or Mattel exclusives. They also had this Mr. WrestleMania, the showstopper, Shawn Michaels, going up for pre-order around the same time as that. Too bad for SDCC. And yeah, man, if you guys are familiar with this looks, famous fucking WrestleMania 12 attire that he had when he fucking defeated Bret Hart. I believe it was like the first Iron Man match, or televised one at least. Just from like my understanding of them, a lot of the times with these older matches, dude, I just remember the fucking VHSs a lot of the times, because it was like something that we didn't get to watch all the time because we didn't really have cable. So it was only stuff that I got to enjoy a lot of the times with like my cousin and stuff. And then also getting to see some of these VHSs. It was just like really my first introduction to wrestling a lot of the times was through VHS releases. And like, yeah, seeing these old school matches and seeing this entrance that he had for WrestleMania 12, it was just so fucking awesome. So I think this exclusive is dope as fuck, where, man, I don't know, man, like HBK is just such a dope wrestler, the fucking icon, bro. And I like this pose that they had right here. I just kind of think it's kind of dumb that they didn't include the belt. It's like, yeah, it's kind of the look he's doing when he wins and stuff. He's kind of holding the belt. He's kind of like crying on the ground and stuff. I think the figure looks good, pinless on him. So I don't know if like the other Ultimate Edition was pinless, but this one is. And like I said, his attire is just so classic. The Heartbreak Kid, man. Very dope. And this would be another thing that I wouldn't mind hanging from the ceiling of my fucking room. This would be so sick to just have like, oh shit, he's coming down. Like it would just be sick, you know. And I don't usually do that. I don't have anything hanging from my ceiling, but I do want to like start incorporating like a little bit of fish wire here and there for cool stuff. And yeah, this would be something that would be really fun to just have like hanging down, you know, because it's just such an iconic entrance. And like, who doesn't love fucking Shawn Michaels, man? Like I said, Mr. WrestleMania himself, dude. Like, what an icon, bro. Like, anytime you see a Shawn Michaels match, it's like, yeah, this is wrestling, bro. This is like fucking wrestling. This is what wrestlers are supposed to be, man. And honestly, he's like top 5 for a lot of people, and like even myself, I consider him top 5 because he just put on such fucking great matches. Like I can't even remember, like I can't even think what's his like best match, because like a lot of them are just so iconic, man. The shit he's had against like Undertaker, even when he kind of had his like comeback and stuff, like versus Triple H and all that stuff, like more older Shawn Michaels, like versus John Cena. He's always put on such a great show, man. And yeah, fucking showstopper, bro. The main event, Shawn Michaels. So this is probably gonna be on my radar to kind of pick up on Mattel Creations. I think I am gonna go in for this one because he just looks so fucking dope. My man Pancho, I know he's digging this one. Peak WrestleMania. Yeah, WrestleMania 12, bro. And yeah, for him to fucking beat Bret Hart, that was a fucking huge deal back in the day. Because yeah, Bret Hart, another fucking all-time great, for sure, top 5 for me too. Real case of he them. Yeah, you're going to that too bad. Get too bad that hot too. Oh man, that was a good comment. 8. That's funny. HBK, my man Cerebral Deep is in the building. Hell yeah, man. The Heartbreak Kid. Sean screwed Bret. Oh man. The fucking what was that? The Montreal screw job? What was that shit called? Fuck, dude. Yeah, it was that old school wrestling shit was fucking another world, bro. Like I tried getting back into WWE recently. I was on that hype train for that WrestleMania stuff. My stupid ass just kind of I just stopped watching it, so I kind of lost track. But man, wrestling's always been cool, and like obviously some of these like older ones, same thing applies that here to it does to like TMNT and all that stuff that we grew up with. This is just like nostalgia, man. Whenever I see these guys, it's like fuck yeah, these are the guys I grew up watching, and it's like kind of cool to get dope ass figures of them where they just look so fucking dope. Because yeah, this comes with like 3 different head sculpts, like multiple like arms, so you can get like the fucking inside the ring look. And then yeah, his classic attire that he always has is just always so flashy and dope, man. And then yeah, I love the posing on that shit. Like when he gets in the ring and stuff, he just like flexes and everything, and the fucking fireworks. Fuck, bro. I get chills just thinking about that shit, bro, because he's just so fucking dope. But yeah, I'm probably hopping on this one, man. Be on the radar for sure. At least Bret came out all right. Nah, never mind. Yeah, fucking Bret. That motherfucker was pissed. Lily. Oh man, yeah, Bret was pissed. Bret's still crying about it. Yeah, he was fucking pissed, bro. Where I don't know, man. I feel like his dumb ass should have just kind of understood the business. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I honestly, I love Bret Hart, but I kind of feel he was in the wrong right there. Isn't Shawn Michaels a true gentleman? Fucking Darth. Suck it. RVD is a different food. No, yeah, RVD is way different. Darth. He's more like came out more out of ECW, but yeah, no, Shawn Michaels is one of the guys that carried the company for a long ass time, dude. He was like one of the guys, you know, that carried that shit. So and made WWF what it is today, honestly, especially like during the 90s, man. I know he did kind of suffer an injury, and like I said, he had to have like kind of a long period where he wasn't wrestling. I think he was out for like 5 years or something like that. So when he came back, it was like, man, this dude had a really bad injury, but he came back strong, man. He's a fucking performer, bro. Like honestly, if you ever watch a Shawn Michaels match, you're gonna see something special, bro, because like he gave it his all every fucking match, you know. And then yeah, obviously not even bringing up the Degeneration X stuff. It's like suck it, like bro, like everything about Shawn Michaels is fucking dope, man. Shout out to him. But yo, staying on this wrestling tip, man, we also are getting some exclusives from ringside. Here we have the Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott Steiner, man. And yeah, this 2-pack fucking looks pretty fucking awesome, man. It's got these dope Letterman jackets, and I'm like, yeah, some soft goods action on these. They look fucking dope. And then fucking Scott Steiner, man. Fucking hell, bro. talk about a transformation, man. Outside of JBL, John Bradshaw Layfield, it's like who had more of a fucking weird, crazy metamorphosis than Scott Steiner, man? Because yeah, if you guys know Scott Steiner, if you guys Google him, you guys are not gonna get this mullet, all American boy, fucking wrestling looking guy right here. You're gonna get some other fucking big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, most likely. But yeah, this 2-pack is dope. It's they look like great figures. Rick looks awesome. Their ring attire looks great. Pinless arms, pinless legs. Like I feel like this is what the Ultimate Edition series needs to be going forward. Like they can't be putting pins on this shit, man. Considering that now that they're reissuing the older ones, they're kind of updating them. It's like, are you fucking assholes? You guys made us buy all these older ones. And yeah, this is the first time that we are getting a Scott Steiner in this Ultimate Edition series. That kind of fucking pisses me off that ring didn't fund, man. That Nitro ring, not so much that it didn't fund, because I just don't think the value was there, but that they stuck so many cool Ultimate Edition wrestlers in there. They had Scott Steiner, they had Diamond Dallas Page, they had another Hulk Hogan where I wasn't feeling too much. But man, those two guys especially I wanted, man. I was like, bro, give me that Big Papa Pump Ultimate Edition, man. I was fucking needed that one, man. So sucks that we haven't got him. But seeing that they are kind of producing his older look, I'm kind of hoping that, yeah, they do kind of come around to making the Big Papa Pump one day for the Ultimate Edition series, and I'll be all for it. This 2-pack, I don't know. It looks dope as fuck. Like, don't get me wrong. This shit looks sick as fuck, but man, I don't know. I have to kind of wait to see if they are ever going to produce a regular Scott Steiner, because I don't know. Rick Steiner was cool as fuck, but they're cool as a team, but they're not really one of my more, I guess, favorite or iconic tag teams, at least for myself. But they are cool wrestlers and very technical, very professional, especially for fucking Scott Steiner, man. He was just so fucking good when he was younger, man. Like I said, a lot of people kind of attribute him to like just kind of going like full on heel. It's like, man, this fool would have stayed on this projection as like being kind of more all American style babyface. It's like, man, he probably would have won the title a lot more times, honestly. Woof, fucking Macho. Dope set. Yeah, it's very cool. So it's exclusive to Ringside right now. If you guys are interested, BPP gets canceled every 6 months. Big Papa Pump. Yeah, I know they put out an Elite Edition recently where I was thinking about getting that one, but it's just like on the Elites they have that really mean ab crunch where it's like you can kind of just, that's all I see a lot of times with the Elites, even though I have gone in for now a few of them. I don't know, usually the Ultimate Edition series is the one I like, so I just kind of seeing the clean diaphragm cut kind of keeps the silhouette pretty clean, or the sculpt pretty clean. I don't know, I'm kind of waiting for that for a fucking Ultimate. So I'm probably gonna pass up on this, but if you guys are interested, it is exclusive right now to Ringside. But from that 2-pack, we go to this one. And yeah, I might not be as hyped up on this one, man. But moving from Mattel, moving over to Hasbro, we got this Rebel Trooper and Stormtrooper 2-pack. And yeah, I know this is supposed to be toy news, not toy rehashes. But hey, man, whenever they put some stuff out, I always have to wonder, like, wait, is this hype or what's going on here? What's the difference here? One of the differences that I spotted out though was the fucking like the green visor or the green like lenses on this Stormtrooper, where it does look cool. Like I do like that. It has like this like forest green in his like his eye lenses and stuff, and it looks very cool. But I don't know, man. I just thought it's like a little bit lackluster whenever Black Series drops something. It's like hard to get excited over a lot of this stuff because it's like, man, you just see the same shit get repacked, reissued, rehashed pretty much. And it's like they kind of dress it up now, kind of putting them in these 2-packs where honestly, I'm honestly not like super pissed off about this considering the price. This is being priced up at $44, where you are kind of saving a little bit of money. If you would have bought these individually, I believe they would have been priced at maybe $25. So maybe $5 off. It's enough to kind of army build. The one thing that I didn't like though is that this fucking Rebel Trooper only has his head sculpt. So it's like if you are gonna army build this, you're gonna get the same Rebel Trooper. Where yeah, these guys are only good for killing. Like they're only really good for killing. You get some cool Vader shots for choking these motherfuckers out. But man, I think they'd be a lot smarter to kind of put 2 Stormtroopers in a 2-pack and price that at $44. And I think they would sell that a lot more. And then 2 Rebel Troopers, where maybe you could get like a different kind of head sculpt on one, or at least, one extra. And then, you can army build those if you want. Because like I said, they're equally cool to army build. But I don't know. For this, it's like I kind of would just want a good way to kind of buy Stormtroopers. Like if they're being priced at $40 for 2, I'd probably buy 2 packs, honestly, because it's like you can never have too many stormtroopers, especially if they start to kind of distinguish them with these like different kind of like lenses and stuff. I think it'd be cool. I would have bought it, honestly, if it would have been 2 stormtroopers. I would have been like, all right, cool, it's 2 more to the ranks, you know. I only have right now, I think I only have 6. I only have them like around my Darth Vader, just kind of flanking them. But I don't know. They do make cool army builders, and like I said, the Rebel Trooper also would have made a cool army builder had it been a little bit different, you know. So I don't really know what their thought process is a lot of the times. But one of the things I did see was the price, and I wasn't mad at that for $44. I just wish it was packed out a little bit differently. Star Wars RIP 1977 to 2024. Well, I think it died a long time ago, not 2024. Is Han Solo holding the Sam Adams can? Yeah, that's the thing, right? I swear to God, I was like, that looks like Han Solo, bro. I was watching Infinity Equation, and I said that, and Dante was like, I don't know, it doesn't really look like too much. And I was like, dude, it looks like Han Solo. Yeah, it looks a little bit like a fucked up head sculpt of Han Solo, but it looks like a Han Solo figure, honestly. Star Wars can only do the old stuff. Nobody wants to buy the new characters. Oh, don't bury the lead. Don't bury the lead, Ghost Tab. Are you gonna buy Mayor OSHA 2-pack or the old stuff? Oh man. Wait for that take. Black Series needs to focus on their articulation first and foremost. Yeah. See, that's the other thing. Obviously, everybody's been harping on this for the longest time. Like, who doesn't want better articulation on these things? But I always have to wonder. It's like, man, I don't think that's coming, guys. Like I said, I don't think it's coming. Had I seen something like newer, I probably would have held off on this Kiadi Mundi. But look at this thing. Single jointed elbow, single jointed knees. But man, fuck me if I didn't have fun with this shit this week. Like, I was like, oh, hell yeah. And just to put it on my shelf, I'm like, man, I'm happy, bro. Like, don't kill my joy, guys. All right. Yeah, I would have wanted double jointed elbows, but man, I don't know. It's still enough. It's still enough, right? But yeah, I have to wonder, like, if Hasbro ever kind of gives up the license and doesn't kind of renew it, I think that's the only time we're going to get updated articulation. And I have to like wonder if like a company like Jazzwares would be willing to kind of step in and produce a 6-inch line. And honestly, I could see them doing that eventually if Hasbro does like not renew, and that would be the opportunity to get like, you know, fucking proper articulation, or at least more modern, you know, where you get double jointed elbows, double jointed legs. I think that would be a good company to kind of do it, because I know they are doing the Micro Galaxy line, and they're killing it, bro. Like, I see a lot of people buying those all the fucking time. I don't really buy any myself just because it's not something I'm like, like Star Wars, but I like, you know, the stuff I like, at least the scale I like. So it's not really something that I bought, but I see them selling really well. I think if I did buy like a different scale, it would be like the TVC collection. But those are cool toys, especially like I said, if you buy those for like more like your kids or something, it's a little fucking, you know, Slave One or something, you know, Millennium Falcon. They're pretty cool. So yeah, be on the lookout for this, and you can take good photography with that, you know, because they're so small, so you can kind of build out like a little diorama. So yeah, I feel like Jazzwares does have some kind of passion for Star Wars, like whoever's kind of producing that Micro Galaxy line. And like, if there wasn't ever another company that stepped in, I think they would be a good one to kind of step in and kind of produce some good Star Wars figures, because that's the only chance I ever see of getting double jointed elbows outside of import companies. You know what I mean? So be on the lookout for that. And then, like my man Ghost Tab was saying, very excited to get this OSHA figure into the Black Series line. Because yeah, obviously you guys are fans of the Acolyte. I mean, who isn't? Very good series on Disney Plus right now. And yeah, so back in the day, we got cool shit like Darth Maul, but man, now we get even cooler shit like fucking OSHA and May. And man, guys, when I think of a galaxy far, far away, this is exactly what I think of. I think of a civilian in civilian clothes. It's such an awesome toy. Like, it would make for such an awesome toy, right? Because yeah, this Black Series looks pretty freaking awesome, guys. Like, how fun does this look? We're all right, man. Cut the crap, Omar. Stop bullshitting. Because yeah, guys, I don't know, man. Look, all this shit going on inside, all this like woke propaganda that Disney's kind of spewing out on that series. I feel bad for Hasbro here, because it doesn't look like they were given a lot to kind of produce like fun toys where it's like, yeah, they're not gonna keep investing in like updated articulation if they have to produce stuff like this and it flops and they lose money. They're not gonna invest into a fucking IP line or a toy line where it's like, man, we just produced all these fucking runs of figures and they fucking flopped. They ended up at Ollie's. And when it's the fucking licensee that's fucking producing the actual content and they're making this stuff, what do you want Hasbro to do? You want them to not make anything from the old stuff? You want them to just make this stuff? You think they're gonna lose money? No, they're not gonna fucking lose money. They need to fucking make this old shit, you know? Because here they are gonna lose money. Nobody's gonna buy this figure. If you bought this for a fucking kid, do you think he would rather play with this or fucking an iPad or something? No, dude. And that's where I'm like, dude, Disney, what the fuck are you guys doing, man? And honestly, like if I was Hasbro, I would seriously look at not renewing the license, like not renewing it. Because even the fucking Jedi, they came in that series. Sorry for the spoilers. They're all fucking dead before the figures even come out. So you're gonna have to fucking retouch those up and give them a little bit of battle damage. Stick some holes in them. Some of them got really shanked really bad, but they didn't make it out, guys. So I don't know, man. If you guys are interested, this old shit did pop up, I believe, last week or 2 weeks ago. I just forgot to talk about it because, like I said, it's just just such a mundane figure. It's just so boring. Where it's like, man, outside of the character being written poorly and no fault to the actress, even though she's gone on this huge unhinged rant on her Instagram, she made a rap song, guys, a diss track to anybody that's dissing that fucking Star Wars series. So that goes to you, Ghost Tab, and to you, Darth, and to anybody in this chat that's talking shit. Like fucking this guy. How dare you? You're not a real Star Wars fan. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel bad for Hasbro here, but when I see them having to do this, I understand why. Because a lot of the stuff that's coming out now, it's like it's not fun. You know, it's not fun. No kids are wanting to buy that. No adult collectors are wanting to buy that. Like it has nothing to do with race or gender or sexual orientation or any of that stuff. Even the Ahsoka, I had to cancel the Mafex Ahsoka after seeing that god awful series. The figure might look great, it might move great. I don't want it. Like I don't want it. It's just something about the character that they're not writing well. You know what I mean? It's just like it doesn't have anything to do with any of that stuff. You watch House of the Dragon, they got fucking lesbians and all kinds of women in that shit. Nobody gives a fuck. Everybody's enjoying that show. You watch this and people are thinking, oh, you don't like it because there's lesbians and space lesbos and all this and that. That has nothing to do with it. The story's written poorly. Where they're even fucking up canon, like they said, they're doing to my boy Kiadi-Mundi. Stuck his ass in there where he's not supposed to be born yet. And it's like there's no passion right there being made by them. So obviously the toys are gonna flounder. Like I don't see this thing moving at all. And you'd be fucking crazy to pre-order this shit. Like you'd literally be throwing money down the fucking garbage drain. Like this thing is Ollie's exclusive, guys. You're gonna get this shit for $5 if you really want this thing. Where yeah, the head sculpt can kind of serve as a civilian. You get some street humans out of this kind of shit. That's about it. You know what I mean? And it sucks for Hasbro. Because from there, move on to their SDCC exclusives. Here we have a Sith Speeder Darth Maul from the fucking famous look that he had in Phantom Menace. And yeah, I thought this was pretty cool. It's not really something I'm gonna go in for just because I don't know much about the damn figure, man. I know that they did recently put out an updated Darth Maul in this 3-pack. I believe that's gonna be exclusive to GameStop, but there's no information on this if this is that same Maul. And then the other thing that I didn't really like about this is the fucking head sculpt. Why does he have like an expression on his face? He has like a little bit of a smirk where it's like, I don't want that. I just want like a stoic, clean head sculpt. I don't need a smirk, man. Like at $70 or $60, I thought this was way overpriced. Where the Sith Speeder looks really cool, but man, I feel like this thing is gonna fucking hit clearance because, like I said, because of such poor shit that's coming out of Disney, nobody's fucking with Star Wars, guys. It is dead. It's fucking dead. You know, so it doesn't matter how many fucking times they retro out some of these cool characters. Nobody's buying this shit, guys. It's a little bit too little, too late. Where I do like it. I do like that Sith Speeder. It fucking, man, it just brings nostalgia seeing this shit from fucking the 90s or early 2000s when we got all these dope toys. So that is cool. I did kind of like that. But man, like I said, this is a 25-year anniversary of the Phantom Menaces. This is the first time we got to see anything in this cool packaging. This is the first time we got to see it where I'm like, Hasbro, what are you thinking, bro? You guys, from the beginning of the year, you should have done this. We had May the 4th. It was crickets. It was nothing, bro. Where it's like, okay, now it's SDCC. Now we can give you guys some nostalgia. No, fuck off. I ain't buying this shit. Because like I said, this packaging, seeing it in store, if I see this at Target, I'm buying it. I'm buying it, guys. Where now it's like, oh, no, this is SDC exclusive, and we're going to give you that SDCC tax. Okay, well, then fuck you. I'm not buying it. You know what I mean? As cool as it looks, I probably would have bought this, and I probably would have kept the inbox, honestly. I'm not even going to lie, because it just looks so fucking cool. It does resemble that old school, I believe it's like 12-inch shit from back in the day. So like I said, the packaging is fucking dope. And yeah, the figure itself, I didn't like the head sculpt, but that Sith speeder looks so fucking awesome that, yeah, man, I would have wanted that shit. Obviously, Phantom Menace is probably, I don't know, I wouldn't call it my favorite Star Wars movie, but it is one that I like. I do like the prequels, man. So it would have been something I would have been in for, but I feel like this is going to be a Hasbro Pulse clearance, you know, a fucking few months from now. Got more people trickling in, my man. NYC, oh shit, Nasser in the building. What's up, Nasser? Is it Nasay? I always feel I say it wrong, Nasser. He said, what up, Omar? What's up, bro? I pre-ordered it. I gave in. Ah, god damn it, Darcy. As a Star Wars fan, I have to agree with you, bro. Oh man, I'll call you crazy if you didn't need that speeder. Oh man, yeah, the speeder looks fucking cool, man. I ain't gonna lie. When I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting this. But looking at the price, I was like, oh, they can go fuck off, bro. They can go fuck all the way off. And like I said, there's no info really, no confirmation, at least that I've come across, that this is the updated mall, because these guys would be real fucking assholes to not throw in the updated mall, where it's like, I don't think it is. I think they're like covering it up with this fucking his cloak and stuff. I don't think he's gonna have those butterfly joints that it has on that updated one. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm really hesitant on it. That price is just a little bit too crazy. Look how fast Maul looks on that speeder. Oh man, he's just sitting there, huh? He looks like he's taking a shit. My boy taking a dump. Fucking be weird. I'm getting that shit, Nasser. Oh, you're a real fan, Nasser. I don't know. Wait for the clearance, guys. I hate to say it, but I feel like this is one toy line that's got to die. It's got to die for it to be reborn. And I think Jazzwares, like I said, they'll hop on it. And I feel like we'll get some cool shit coming out of them. Like, I've only picked up one of their AEW figures, and it's fucking awesome. I was like, man, this has like a pretty good articulation. Yeah, it had pins on it, but I think if they can get like a pinless Star Wars line going, I think it'd be fucking one to collect, honestly, for reals. Like, just put out a fucking Darth Vader to start it off. We're in business, bro. The HasLab is frozen. That's why I said I just leave this damn thing in the box. It ain't gonna look better outside of this box. I'll tell you that. It just looks like he's taking a shit. Fuck. Oh man, yeah, the HasLab. No, oh, you're talking about the HasLab. Oh yeah, what the fuck happened to that? Hasn't that shit funded already? Isn't it, dude? Tell me it didn't fund, bro. Don't tell me it didn't fund. Star Wars has been dead since Last Jedi. Oh, I agree. That HasLab is going to make TVC characters look like fools if it gets funded with the base stuff for that price. Man, bro, no shit, right? When is the last day? Is it tomorrow? Fuck, bro. Yeah, last time I checked on it, I think it needed like 1,000 more just to get it funded. But man, if they don't have all the stuff, man, you are gonna look fucking stupid with your little cups. Acolyte is the only Star Wars property that makes me miss Jar Jar. Oh, come on, man. Who doesn't love Jar Jar? Come on. Let's not get crazy here, all right? I'm only drinking water. Put the beer down. Put the alcohol down. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, I thought this was a cool enough exclusive, but I think I might wait for the fucking for the clearance price on that, because I did like it. And then from there, we move on to the Marvel Legends. We got Death's Head also being an SDCC exclusive. So this popped up on IGN this week, the same as that Darth Maul. And yeah, man, kind of caught a lot of people off guard. It wasn't really something that was kind of expected, or any kind of leaks were put out. So nobody really had any info coming out for this. So kind of got people by surprise, and a lot of people are pretty stoked for it, man. I myself ain't too familiar. I didn't instantly go Wikipedia this shit and then claim myself to be a comic book expert like a lot of people did. A lot of people always, like, when they start making these videos, they know every fucking thing about the character, and it's just like, yeah, I can Google that shit too, buddy. But I don't know. It's not something that I initially like knew. I kind of am familiar with it, especially after that Death's Head 2 came out a few years ago. I believe it was like 6 or 7 years ago, I want to say. I know it is a kind of different kind of character, but I remember when that came out, I remember kind of learning a little bit about the history of this character. So yeah, I don't know. It's not one that I need. I think it's more popular in like the UK, United Kingdom. I was kind of watching my boy Dan Who, and him and Richard were kind of talking about it and stuff. I mean, I would think they're hyped on it, man. It is like a more of a Marvel UK type of thing. The figure itself looks pretty cool though. Like, I'm not gonna lie, just the design of the character looks pretty awesome. Outside of me not really wanting it, I can still admire like a pretty gnarly looking piece. One of the things that is getting pointed out though is some of like the reuse on it, and then some of the newer stuff on it. So we do get like pinless legs, where my boy Ty, he was kind of pointing out new Colossus coming out soon, like hopefully, you know. So we get some kind of pinless legs, at least for him. I think the arms are pinless and they are single jointed though. So I don't know. That to me is kind of a miss, bro. Where it's like, man, this dude's wielding these like badass weapons. So he's got like a fucking mace, fucking axe. It's like I think you need double joint elbows, guys. So I don't know. That is kind of a miss. And then the cape, it has a cool texture to it, but man, I don't know. Once they start showing soft goods, it's like, hey guys, get with the program, man. You gotta stick to it, man, because especially for it being an exclusive. But yeah, outside of the design, I don't really need it. I do like how it looks, but I don't really need it, man. Like I said, this did pop up on IGN. Obviously, the photographer from Shooting the Galaxy always kills it, man. So you did get like this little homage to this fucking comic book cover. The incomplete Death's Head. I think it's like issue 5 or 6 or something. So that is pretty cool. Always appreciate that stuff when like toy photographers do that for like companies. I know Raul Barrero always does that for like the mini comics for Masters of the Universe. So kind of getting like a Marvel take on some stuff like that. That's pretty awesome. Because I think he executed that well. It looks pretty awesome. Because when I first saw it, I was like, yeah, that's got to be a comic book cover. And yeah, I did Google that to get the image, and yeah, popped it right up. So yeah, comes with not the most amount of stuff I would say, but I don't know. I think it's just like a quirky character kind of people are in for, and like that's enough to kind of sell them on it. I don't think they could have really asked for more outside of that. And then obviously the packaging on these SDCC exclusives always got to be a little bit special, man. So they are kind of paying homage to those old school 90s Marvel cards and stuff. So that is cool. I did see that, and I did kind of appreciate that for what it was, even though it's not something I'm gonna go in for. I think it's still a cool SDCC exclusive, and no other information on the next possible SDCC exclusive. But I don't think this is gonna be the only one. I think they are gonna have at least one more. If I want to guess correctly, but could be wrong. But what about you guys? You guys in for this, man? Because like I said, it's not something that popped up on my radar that I wanted. But I did kind of see a lot of hype on it. I saw a lot of people kind of stoked for it. I don't know if that was just like the rabidness of the fucking Marvel Legends fans, because they're usually hype for everything, man. They could show off fucking every which character from fucking issue number 371, fucking this background character, and every Marvel Legends fans go, oh fuck. It's just like, really, guys? You guys like this fucking shit? Like, come on, give me a break. But I don't know. Maybe guys are. I don't want to be fucking putting guys nerd cards, but I always find that shit a little bit crazy. It's like, oh fuck, we're getting this fucking background fucking character that came out in this random issue nobody read. Figure reminds me of Kilobyte from Reboot. Oh yeah. Oh, you're fucking right, bro. Fucking Reboot, man. Shit, talk about nostalgia. That's just nightmare fuel, bro. Death's Head looks great, and the packaging is dope as fuck. Codename sounded like you're going in for it, bud. Yeah, no, this shit got me, man. Reboot, man. Fucking old school. If SHF would have had better articulation on their Star Wars characters, they would be unstoppable. Yeah, I think they still produce some good figures. I've been hearing a lot of hype on that Mayfex stuff from Star Wars, but I think I'm out on all that shit, man. Because like I said, I bought Darth Vader recently, and that shit was floppy mess. Maybe mine was just fucked up. Mochi, he said the packaging is dope, but who really wants this though? Death's Head, easy pass. That's what I'm saying. I was like, damn, dude, like just I guess it's just like a new character into Alliance. Like, oh fuck. It's like, damn, all right. Like a week after fucking SDCC, nobody's gonna give a fuck about this shit. I feel like I don't think this is gonna sell well. Honestly, I don't think this is gonna sell well. I think you're gonna be able to get a good price on this. Where I was trying to think back last year was that Deadpool 2-pack, Bob 2-pack. That shit sold well, bro. Where it's like, yeah, I think that shit like that, where it's like where you're throwing in a super niche character. Okay, all right, that might be for the hardcores. Future Rick is in the house. He's like, what's up? This is right in time to see crap of an exclusive. Oh, Ricky, come on, man. I love these exclusives. They're the ones that save me the most money. The ones I can pass on. But yeah, like I said, best thing about this was probably the packaging. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. Like outside of the design of the character, that has nothing to do with Marvel Legends, guys. The packaging does though, and that's pretty cool. So be on the lookout for this one. But honestly, man, these two exclusives so far, I feel like are gonna be sitting, guys. I don't think you gotta run up pre-order them. And I hate to be that guy to say just wait for the sale, but fuck this, man. Like seeing some of the prices on some of this stuff, and then seeing what they go for later on, where nobody gives a shit about them, what was that Baroness and Crimson Twins 2-pack? Was that SDCC exclusive? Man, you could have got that shit for fucking $50 or some crazy shit, you know? Where initially I think they were asking for what, 90 or 50 or 80 or some shit. I forgot what it was. I think it was like $80, right? I was like, man, fuck these guys. You know, and usually the shit you could wait for it and still be in for it later on. You know, you're not gonna miss out, guys. I honestly don't think so. Like, I thought this was just super niche. Where as cool as the character looks and the packaging looks, it's flavor of the month type of shit. Honestly, like a lot of people are hyped initially now, and you're thinking, oh man, I gotta get hyped too. Really, like really, dude? I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. I think it's just gonna sit. But hey, could be wrong, man. Because from there, move on to some classified series exclusives. Here we have Cobra Commander, Once a Man Cobra. So got this fucking look from the movie where he's kind of mutated into a fucking snake. And pretty cool that they included the fucking fully mutated body, I guess, to him. It's not something I'm super familiar with, but I thought this was probably the better exclusives out of all three of them so far. It's not one that I'm gonna go in for just because like I am waiting for that retro release on the Cobra Commander. And I'm probably just gonna have that just be my Coco. I don't really need a variant look on them, even though this does look pretty gnarly. I'm not the hugest G.I. Joe fan, so I don't know how important or crucial this is to the line. I don't think it is though, obviously, because you know you've seen them later on. He ain't in this fucking snake look. I thought this fucking shit looked crazy though. I was like, oh, dude, dry humping this motherfucker. Oh, this shit look crazy. He's got roadblock in the fucking tight grip, man. So yeah, for what it was, I thought it was cool enough. I feel like the sculpting on this shit was pretty dope, like on the upper torso and stuff. Like it has like the scales and everything. But yeah, I don't know. Anybody really hyped for this? Who's going here for this one, man? Because I did see a lot of hype on it, but usually G.I. Joe fans are really hyped for everything. Like honestly, they're ready for everything. So if this being the 130th release to the line, it's like that's cool. It's like I said, I like these types of exclusives because it's not. Maybe I'm wrong. It's not really. It doesn't seem like this is essential to anything. Like it still seems like you could have a great G.I. Joe collection if you don't get this SDCC exclusive, or any exclusive in general. Like it just not being essential to the line. I always think of those that make for like the better exclusives. And yeah, man, always kind of with G.I. Joe packing out the most accessories. Like especially when you look at the stuff that fucking the Marvel Legends is doing, where it's just like this is all they got, and it's like all right, it's okay, I guess. But I don't know. You get multiple hands, different head sculpts. You get the fucking little snake. You got all these little daggers, pistol. Packaging looks great. Like it looks really cool. And then they're kind of pointing out this Cobra Law artwork and stuff on here on the packaging. And then I guess a new Falcon or Falcone or whatever the fuck his name is, Falcon. I think there's gonna be a new figure of that coming out, probably with the updated head sculpt, from what I understood. Because that last fucking head sculpt that had that classified had. Look ugly as fuck. He looked like a fucking tranny. So I don't know. What's the chat saying on this one? I always thought that motherfucker didn't have a face. Yeah. That's why I was like, I don't know. To me, it's like this shit. Like, give us the fucking hooded Cobra Commander before you start giving us this crap. I don't want this shit, man. Like, make that an SDCC exclusive. Like, how hype would it have been if you woke up? I think what was it, Wednesday morning when they showed this up, and it'd be like, oh shit, hooded Cobra Commander SDC, dude. Instant fucking sellout, bro. Where people would have been going crazy to pre-order that shit, man. Where this was like, I think this is for the more of the hardcores, you know. The snake guy looks like he has a mustache. Emoji. I don't know. Yeah, he kind of the snake looks funny. I like the little accessory. Like that to me was probably the coolest thing in here. It just looks funny. Where I saw some people were like, that's stupid. I didn't need that one. I just wanted the Cobra. Like, I don't know. I think it looks funny. He looks bugged out. Yeah, he looks crazy, huh? He looks crazy as fuck. Oh shit. But yeah, who's in for this one, man? Outside of KJ. I know KJ is going in first. I just saw this dude downtown tweaking. Yeah, right. It's got some crazy photography, man. That Shooting the Galaxy dude fucking kills it, man. He brings these toys to life, and I never get tired of saying it, man. Like seriously, just looking at like the picture that he takes, it's like, man, this dude's like telling a whole ass story right here. Like it just looks so fucking cool to kind of go down the images whenever shit gets fucking previewed out. Fucking deep laughing. I'm in. I'm ready. Cobra. Fucking code names. I want this goofy Cobra La figure. Yeah, like I said, I'm just not the biggest Joe fan, but I always see the most hype on the Joe stuff, and I think people are always like hardcore for it, man. Because some of this, I think it's like Hasbro's best line, honestly. I'd be happy as fuck to have this Once a Man Cobra Commander, but I want my Fred 7 Battle Armor Cobra Commander. I think they call me crazy, but isn't there a rumor that that's supposed to come out? Maybe I saw something crazy. Maybe I saw like a comic book or something. Grabbing this and Cobra Law. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I always like the packaging on stuff like this because it gives you kind of like foreshadowing on what's coming down the line. So that looks pretty cool. And then the artwork obviously looks cool as fuck. Yeah, swigging my water, talking too much. Fucking family's always like, man, don't you get fucking tired of talking, you piece of shit? I'm like, yeah, I do. I get tired, very tired. Got to get a swig of water in, guys. Ghost Ty said, I didn't grow up with G.I. Joe, so it's a pass for me. Cobra Commander and Snake Eyes do look cool. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see this shit roll out, man. Like I said, I think this was like the better reveal out of all three of them. The Darth Maul I like, but I don't know. I just thought that price was a little funky. But it being a Black Series, it's like obviously I already kind of knew they were gonna be up to some funny business. And then the Marvel Legends, I saw a lot of hype on it, but man, maybe it's just because I don't know. I just don't know too much about that character. I probably would have been hyped up a little bit more if I did. But from there, keeping it with G.I. Joe, moving to this Mezco Con exclusive for Mezco Toys. We have Commando Snake Eyes, guys, and fuck, man. I thought fucking Mezco Con was this week. I was like, yo, I'm ready to see kind of reviews, see what exclusive goes up. But it looks like it was only this. I did see the toy page kind of put out a post on his Instagram, kind of saying like, hey guys, you guys got to remember, like Mezco Con is kind of early figure exclusive, and then as it gets closer to July, like right before SDCC, that's when they have like their previews to like upcoming stuff. So I kind of understood that, like, okay, this is like a whole month type of thing. And yeah, putting out this Commando Snake Eyes to get some money into the company is pretty smart. It did sell out. It being an exclusive, I think people started to get the FOMO. I myself am one of those people, man. I was initially kind of gonna pass just based on not really being in on the Mezco stuff for GI Joes. I did pick up the first release, but I'm gonna sell that to one of my coworkers. He's a big GI Joe fan, but he's not really into toys. But I was kind of selling him on it, and I do have the Storm Shadow. I haven't opened that up, so I think that was kind of the thought process that I had. I was like, all right, I got that Snake Eyes on that store credit. I'm like, all right, I'm not really losing any money, so kind of put that money for this $112. I thought it was a little bit overpriced considering it doesn't come with a lot. Kind of going down the fucking the pictures, it just looks super cool though. I think Commando Snake Eyes is obviously a favorite look to a lot of people, not just GI Joe fans, but I think it just has like a more, I don't know, I guess a more grounded type of look. You know, it doesn't look super out there like a fucking like a ninja. Like I feel like this would be something you would actually see. You see a fucking guy in a commando outfit like this, you know, super ninja aesthetic, but it still kind of has a more army representation where the other looks to him, he just looks like a fucking ninja. I was like, yeah, I don't think this would be in the military. But this Commando Snake Eyes, I feel like you could see something like this in real world. And then yeah, obviously the product photography killing it. I think it's the amazing taking these shots. So yeah, it looked cool enough, man. I went in for it. Just the only thing, like I said, $112 for like not a lot of stuff. You only get one head sculpt. Obviously, what else are you gonna get? You know, I don't know. I was trying to think of what else you could have got. Maybe it could have been cool to just include the other fucking Snake Eyes head sculpt also, but I don't know. I think a lot of people would have wanted this Commando Snake Eyes head on that first release. But then they wouldn't have been able to make this exclusive so special. So $112 is crazy, but I don't know. I kind of justified it in my head by saying, all right, I'm gonna sell the other one and then just kind of hold on to this one. And yeah, honestly, some of the times when it comes to this stuff, I say it all the time with the HasLab. It's better to make up your mind with the shit in hand than later on when the shit sells out. Because when it sells out, your mind's made up. You ain't paying aftermarket prices for this shit. You know, so this, if I get it and maybe I decide, you know what, I think I changed my mind. I could just keep my money and you know, I don't have to fucking get FOMO or anything. So I don't know. Omar, why are you scalping, bro? Hey Rick, kiss my ass, buddy. The Snake Eyes could pass for a wanted figure. Yeah. Fucking Rick. Call me a scalper. don't call people scalpers around G.I. Joe collectors, bro. If you remember Cobra Island, that shit was vicious. They said multiple exclusives though. Yeah, multiple exclusives are coming down. So this is only the first one, you know. The Mac 10s, baby. Yeah, the Mac 10s, man. He had to have that shit. Like that's honestly what sold me on it. Like a lot of it, man. And this gun too. This fucking assault rifle looks sick as fuck. But yeah, the Mac 10 shots. I was like, yeah, all right, cool. This one right here, these shots right here sold me on this shit, especially because I was like, yeah, it looks cool enough. That's how I'm gonna have them displayed. Dumbass Rick. Yeah, remember fucking Cobra Island, guys? Fuck, dude. That was like a fucking witch hunt. How many vipers did you get? How many vipers did you get? Oh my god, you got fucking 3. What do you need 3 for? Dude, yeah, fucking 2020, bro. That was like a fucking pipe dream. That was not real. That was not real, guys. Like, this shit was getting crazy, bro. Cobra Island classified series, man. Shit. Like the beachhead, the fucking major blood. Oh man. People getting called scalpers. This motherfucker bought 2 beachheads. Get his ass. I always thought it was fucking hilarious, bro. Just seeing fucking nerds fucking fight over fucking toys. It was just so funny. But understandable. Some people are assholes. No swords? Yeah, that was the other thing, man. They didn't have a fucking sword with them, right? Where I was just like, you fucking dumbasses. But I don't know. Maybe you didn't need it. Try to cope. This is me coping, guys. Yeah, like I said, the accessories are just super lacking on this one, man. But I don't know. I think the one thing, like I said, the only thing that sold me on it was it. I'll still be able to fucking keep my money if I do decide to move on from this shit. I won't be losing. I found a crushed Viper that the dude could not afford and crushed that shit. Oh man. Shout out to that dude. That dude, that dude's a real one. Says if I can't get it, nobody can. Was he from the OG or better? Deep, come on, bro. Why are you making me feel bad about my purchase, man? Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was cool enough, but yeah, I can completely understand for why people pass on it. It was a little bit overpriced because yeah, just kind of seeing that it wasn't. You weren't really getting anything kind of super like that's selling you on this thing. It wasn't like anything that was like, oh wow, showstopper, you know. But in my head, I was like, you know what? I did want like a Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, kind of just my Mezco toys. Those are the only 2 Joes that I was gonna get from Mezco. And then I wasn't really happy with that first release. There was something about the head sculpt that I don't know. I felt like his head was a little bit too big on it, but I don't know. I have seen shots where it does look good, and I just was like, fuck it. Kind of talked my coworker into like buying that shit because, like I said, I'm a fucking likes Joe. So I was like, you know what? I got this Mezco toys, bro. You gotta know about this. So I was home for cheap too. I think like $80, you know. So $80. I was like, yo, this shit goes for like 100, man, you know. But I had got it on that Mezco Toys store credit, so I was like, oh, fuck it. You know, I made a little bit of money on it, like $20 or some shit like that. So whatever. Or 80, honestly. I think I paid like, I don't know. I forgot what the fuck I paid for. I think I paid $40. I made like 40. But yeah, I don't know. This being the first exclusive though, what do you guys think the next is gonna be? I kind of have a feeling they might put that van out, guys. That RumbleCon or Rumble Society van that it was shown off last year. I think it was like Mezco Toys Fair or something, or was that early this year? Yeah, I forgot when it was. I think it was last year. Yeah, that shit's gonna be fucking crazy, man. And there's no kind of heads up when it comes to these guys. It's just kind of maybe usually like a day in advance type of thing. So I kind of have a feeling that's kind of what they're leaning on. By this being such a more basic, I guess, exclusive, I feel like they got something up their sleeve that they're gonna just drop a bomb on people. So I'm kind of nervous about that because that thing looks a little bit pricey. Especially considering they put out a fucking mech last year. It was like 300 and something bucks. I did go in for that mech though, so I'm probably going for the van. And yeah, I don't know. Check that shit out. But yeah, be on the lookout for that. What's Rick saying? Snake Eyes and bike. Yeah, a bike would have been fucking cool with this. You're right. A fucking motorcycle would have been cool. But staying on this Joe's thing, we move on to the Hiya Toys Exquisite mini series. Next up, we got Dusty, my boy Dusty. And yeah, like I said, man, these guys are continuing to cook in this fucking G.I. Joe Exquisite mini series line. I'm just really impressed, like I said last time, about the frequency of releases that we're getting from these guys. It's like, initially I thought that they were only going to probably do a few of the characters, but man, they're going into some deeper cut characters where you're able to kind of build a decent collection of GI Joes in this 118 scale. We were talking about the JOYTOY stuff earlier for the TMNT stuff that might pull in people into collecting more of this line. So it is kind of cool to get another famous like toy line in that scale. Where I don't know, man, you know, I'd kind of like interested to see if there was ever like a company start making like Marvel action figures in 118 scale, where like you get a 118 scale Spider-Man. Like I think that would be fucking awesome. Like I think that would be real cool, and I think it would pull in a lot more people. So when you have companies like this that are going deep and actually producing whole lines to like a certain scale, I think it's just cool because it's like the potential to get other toy lines to kind of come in, like a JOYTOY, you know, license out TMNT, you take that on. It, maybe one day you decide, hey, you know what, this 112 shit's taking up too much space. But now there's GI Joe, there's TMNT, there's Marvel, there's all these other companies that have this stuff. Maybe let me give this a try. Maybe be able to build out better displays because you are able to world build a lot better. You get vehicles, you get all this stuff. Where that's the one thing I haven't seen from Hiya Toys, fucking vehicles, guys. So I have to wonder if that's up their sleeve or that's on the table for them ever. But it'd be cool. It'd be cool. I think I'd be in for it, man. Where I think maybe you could kind of fit these into like those retro style stuff that comes out, like from like the vintage line. But I don't know, more of like a specifically designed to kind of fit these. It would be cool to kind of see like those famous Joe vehicles for these guys. That'd be awesome because they're, like I said, like I'm impressed by just the frequency of releases that they're putting out. Obviously they are getting like reuse. They are really smart about like reusing the certain parts for like other releases, but that's GI Joe in general. That was just why they were able to produce so many different characters, quote unquote different. It's a lot of reuse, just like any other toy line. So pretty cool to see them kind of continue on, man. Like I said, every time I see a release, I'm kind of happy about it, even though it's not a line that I've gone in for. I'm fucking dumb for sleeping on that Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. Those things sold out quick. But that Cobra Commander, man, that if I'm able to get that one, I'll probably just buy that one, man, because it looks really cool. The morons call it Marvel Legends, confused everybody. Marvel Legends already made figures in 1/18 scale. Oh yeah, I remember that. Those they were like reaction figures, right? And yeah, you're right. They did call them Marvel Legends. That was so stupid. You're right about that. Where it's like, man, they should have hit up Mattel and be like, yo, can we use this secret powers fucking? And now that they have like collaborations with Mattel, like they should do that. I don't know why they don't say, hey, you know what? Like, can we use this like secret wars like packaging, kind of produce this stuff? Because yeah, I would have like jumped on that type of stuff, man. Was that Mattel that did that shit, or was that somebody else? I can't even remember. But yeah, I would like jump on like that type of packaging, like Secret Wars, 1/18 scale. Maybe just do that line, and then kind of think up some other kind of name and kind of just make a 1/18 scale, but like highly articulated figures. Where I don't want Hasbro to do it; they're gonna cheap out. I want like an import company to kind of do that, like a Hiya Toys. It's like a 1/18 scale fucking Spider-Man. 1/18 scale, maybe Venom, something like easy for them to kind of do where it's like, oh yeah, these are going to be hype characters. A 1/18 scale Deadpool, something cool, something to get people in. Wolverine or X-Men or anything like that. It'd be awesome to see. Honestly, I'd be intrigued by it and maybe going for something like that. Because then yeah, that might pull you in away from the 1/12 scale stuff completely. Because look at the TVC collection that Hasbro does for Star Wars. You had like a fucking co line for Marvel Legends for 1/18 scale. That'd be cool, but I don't know. They kind of always cheap out on Legends. I feel like they would cheap out on that stuff. But from there, moving to some Transformers action, we moved to this 3-0 Transformers mdlx Jazz. And yeah, man, this one looks pretty freaking sweet. I always think Jazz is such a fucking cool character in Transformers. Like he's like fucking Optimus is right hand man a lot of the times and shit. And yeah, these mdlx figures look great. I've just held off on them, man, because I don't know. I ended up kind of pivoting before I ever went in for them. I just thought, you know what, they're cool. They're not gonna take up too much space. They're like a cool 6-inch line. But once I started seeing that stuff from YOLO Park, I was like, oh man, let me try that YOLO Park stuff out. I've kind of been hooked on those. Like I'm in for probably all the ones that I can kind of get that are the G1 inspired or the G1 represented Transformers. Like I know they have a Starscream coming out. I can't wait for them to show off like a Soundwave. So far I only have the Megatron and the Optimus. But yeah, I don't really Transformer too much, so I can't really speak on like just the best Transformers line. Like I said, this week I fucking showed off this Hasbro Studio Series Megatron, and just this stylized something different. Where like, man, yeah, this is probably import price for this, but it's still cool and it's still something different. Where it's like I wasn't mad at it, but these mdlx figures is not something I've gone in for, even though they do look fucking awesome. Like they just look so good. I've always heard nothing but good things about them. Some die cast, some of the parts are die cast, or I don't know if they're all fully die cast, but they look awesome. They look like they pose well. They're designed. They have like a specific kind of tweak to their design where they do look kind of G1 inspired, but it is kind of 3-0 spin on them. So I always thought that's cool, and I always like it when companies do that, because you get something kind of original, but it's still not overly designed or overly kind of cooked. I always kind of find it crazy whenever you see stuff like that, like especially like in movies, like whenever they did that stuff in the Transformers movies, the Michael Bay movies, I was like, why did they do this? Like, why do they do this shit where you can't even fucking tell what character is what character? Like, I can never tell. Whenever I watch those movies, I was like, wait, who the fuck is this? Like, who is, like, I can even when they like named them and like called their names, like after a while, like when they were fighting and stuff, it was hard to tell who the fuck was who. Where if they would have done something like this, like a modern take on this stuff in live action, like that would have been cool. Or like, even like I said, even this like studio series, like that's why a lot of people like that Bumblebee movie, because it had like these like specific looks. And this Megatron, he didn't pop out in the movie, but he would have looked like this. And this looks fucking awesome. Like, this looks cool. Like, Michael Bay, you're a fucking idiot, man. You're a fool, bro, for making some stupid shit that nobody really liked. Even though some of those designs people were fans of, the majority of people weren't. And had I seen something like this, I probably would have been, those movies probably would have held up to this day. They probably would have been fucking all-time classics, you know. But it was just something about them. There was just, I don't know. I guess the people making them weren't really like Transformers fans. They just kind of know, oh, it's a fucking really popular old property. We could just fucking squeeze for money, and yeah, let's do it. But man, something like this, I think the toys would have sold, and it would have been just cool to see that shit in live action. But hey, man, that's kind of the beauty of toys now. It's like, yeah, now we get like cool stuff that we could just use our imagination, our own head canon in. Because yeah, these mdlx are cool representations of like classic Transformers characters, man. I don't know, one day maybe I may backtrack on some of them and get all of them, because along with this Jazz, they did put out like a promotional image to like all the Autobots so far that they released. So you get Jazz, Bumblebee, Cliff Jumper, and I forget the other name of this one dude. I had the fucking name on the tip of my tongue. But yeah, they look cool as fuck, man. I do know a few people that have bought them, but I've heard some people moving off of the collection just because, I don't know, they might be a little bit too small, you know. Some people might want stuff to scale up a little bit bigger. I honestly, I can understand that, but then I can also understand 3Z's decision to keep this MDLX line at such a more, I guess, collector friendly scale. It's just, yeah, they're not in scale like proper 112 scale. Sideswipe, there you go. But they still look cool enough, and at a relatively friendly price point. They're not like super expensive, and you are able to kind of world build and get a sick collection of them. Because yeah, they are kind of going deep in it, man. We've seen the Starscream, seen the Megatron, multiple Megatrons, multiple Optimuses. So yeah, they looks like they're going deep, man. I'm excited to see when they show off like a Soundwave and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe I get one, because like I said, usually I don't always go in all in on lines. So even though I do like Jazz and stuff, like he's a cool looking character, it's probably not one that I would have gone in for. A lot of the times I'll probably just go in for like the main bad, the main good guy. But man, I don't know. I've always like, I don't know. This line is just one that I've always kind of like had on my radar, but never really pulled the trigger on any of them. And now seeing that they're really deep, I may already be too late to it, man. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you guys are picking any of these up, man. I didn't know my man Rick had been picking them up. I don't know if you moved off of them, Rick, but yeah. He says, I had all the MDLX stuff. YOLO is better. Yeah, man. I don't know. The different type of line, but I feel like the YOLO Park, especially for the price point that they're putting out, the size of some of their like the stuff, it's like, okay, yeah, this feels like it feels like I'm getting more for my dollar, where I don't know. I have seen the MDLX stuff like in-hand images and stuff, and I'm like, they look cool, but I don't know. It's not really what I think of when I think of Transformers. Like when I think of Transformers, I want like a chunkier toy, where this looks cool, and I'm sure you're gonna get good posing out of this stuff and all that stuff. But not what I think of when I think of Transformers, man. So yeah, for me, it's always been a pass, but I do admire them, and I do think they look fucking awesome. But let me know if anybody else is in here interested in any of these MDLX stuff, man. Because I just know Rick for sure. But yeah, you're a huge Transformers fan, Rick. Yellow Park announced the Eva figures. Oh yeah, I fucking forgot to get those. But yeah, they did. Looks like they're gonna do the AMK series, right? The AMK series, not the AMK Pro stuff. Because yeah, now it's like 3 different kind of tiers that Yellow Park is doing. They're doing the AMK series, the AMK Pro, and then the AMK Pro X. Where I only have one AMK series, and that's the Optimus Primal. And like I said, it looks cool as fuck, but it feels very more cheap. With the AMK Pro, now I picked up the Megatron, the Optimus to that one, and they feel a little bit more premium. Where now I think the AMK Pro X, they have the Ape Link figure, and I've seen reviews of that, and it looks really fucking dope. I'm interested to get one of those AMK Pro X figures, but probably not the Ape Link, just because I didn't watch the movie, I don't have any connection to it. But if they do something else that's AMK Pro X, I might have to get it. Pass. I'm gonna make code names. It's an easy pass. I'm one click away from buying that YOLO Megatron and Optimus. I'm saving for the Wolverine figure. Oh, what Wolverine figure? Which one you talking about? Hano Studio? Yeah, no, get the Megatron, bro. I say get the Megatron. I like the Megatron a lot more than the Optimus, but they're equally dope. Like I said, they're kind of like semi model kit, but they're kind of more like they're not even a model kit. I just think of them like a bath. It just like all kind of connect like a bath piece, you know. So they're pretty dope. And like I said, that's probably my fucking Transformers line. Outside of this one fucking Transformer that I picked as Megatron, it's like something I just saw the design of it, and now that I got this one, I'm like looking at like the other Studio Series Bumblebee figures, and maybe I bailed that out because I did like that Bumblebee movie, but it's not something that's like super iconic. But just the designs of them, this is what the live action stuff should have looked like, not the fucking Michael Bay jackass shit that he did. Like this, like I said, for Megatron, since it's like I'm only gonna have him in his bot mode, I'm not gonna like transform him into a tank or anything. Like I can in my head canon, that's a 1-to-1, that's a 1-to-0 scale, like Terminator robot type Megatron, you know. So I liked it. But yeah, these mdlx figures are passed for me for right now. But they look cool. And then from there, move on to like another mech type thing. Move on to this Nutbuster 112 scale new Bullet Punk Universe Unit 01 edition. So obviously you guys are familiar with the fucking Evangelion. This is taking, I guess, inspiration from that as far as the paint job goes. But man, I gotta say one thing about these. I feel like these are just a little bit too hype beastie, bro. Where I remember when they first showed off like that black and white one, everybody was like pretty hyped, myself included. I thought it was cool enough, especially like it kind of being such a chunky looking thing, the Adidas fucking shell toes and stuff. I just thought it was like, I don't know. I held off just because I was like, it just looks so bulky that it doesn't look like a good action figure, you know. I have heard pretty decent things about like this Bullet Punk universe, and this like Tech 63 like fucking figure. It's decent. I've heard decent things about it, but it's not something that I've ever gone in for just because I don't know. And now kind of seeing that they're kind of like continuing to kind of, I guess, homage like more classic stuff. Because I know they've done like the Akira homage. They did like the fucking Bullet Punk bike and stuff with this dude with like all red outfit and stuff. And now they're doing like this Evangelion like Nutbuster mech thing. It's like, I think it's a little bit gay. Like, honestly, I don't think this looks that cool. Like, it just looks like it's a hype, like a hype beast toy, you know. Where I don't know, like the colorways look sick, but you could tell automatically this is an homage, but it just looks a little bit too much like it just looks corny. It just looks like, man, come up with something new. Like, come up with like your own colorway. Like that's what I said. Like that black and white one was cool enough. It looked like just a mech of this character right here. But now that you're seeing this colorway, it just looks like, man, dude, like, and I've seen like Godzilla, like fucking, you know, Evangelion, Mecha Godzilla, Evangelion, you know, uh, painted up figures and stuff, and those look pretty cool. And like, all right, you could say, all right, well, that's the same thing, you know. But man, Godzilla's Godzilla. This fucking Nutbuster is just some random fucking shit that some guy came up with, you know. So it's like, I don't know. Like, I'm not feeling it. I'm not really feeling this at all. I just think it's a little bit too hype beastie, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Some people might still like it. And then also they need to get reused out of that big fucking thing because they did sculpt out that thing. I think it was priced up at like what, like $300 and something dollars. So I thought they were overpriced. I thought all their stuff was overpriced, honestly. Even the bike, I really liked the bike when it first was shown off. Because like I said, it just kind of had a more original take on this shit. It was like, all right, this dude, Bullet Punk universe, like, okay, let me see what these guys are doing. Bike looked cool enough, even though the bike, even the not red one, it did kind of look like the Akira bike and stuff. I was like, all right, it looks different enough. I like the little robot pooch, the little dog looks really fucking cool. Like that accessory looks probably like the best thing on here, honestly. I really like that little robot dog. It looks so cool. But it's just not enough to fucking pull the trigger on any of these, man. And then this one right here, like I said, it just looks a little bit too homage where it just looks corny. You know, it's like, nah, dude, that you're just making the Evangelion like fucking paint job look fucking lame, and it's not working here. Yeah. Yeah, the AMK Pro Megatron. Yeah, I do Ghost have definitely get on those, man. They're cheap too. They're like $60, bro. I have the Rise of the Beast Prime and Primal, and I like them. Yeah, that's the AMK series, but I think you'll like the AMK Pro stuff. I think it's the Marvel effect. Bumblebee and Megatron looks natural because we've trained our eyes from watching the Bay movie, so they look less dumb. Yeah, that's true. It gives like Bear Brick vibes, hype beast bullshit. Yeah, it's and I'm not necessarily against that. Like I like art toys, and I can appreciate them from what they are, like cause and all that stuff. I like them a lot, but that's not really something that I collect. I bought a few here and there, have them kind of like in my living room and stuff, but not nothing super crazy. I've never really bought a Bear Brick though. But I usually sometimes if I see something cool or it's like a specific artist or something that I know, and this dude Quicks, he is one that I've always kind of like paid attention to. He's always had like these bullet punk fucking like little vinyl toys and stuff. And I always thought the designs looked cool. So when I first saw that he was getting into like the 112 action figure world, I was like, might be pretty cool. But seeing that it's kind of continuing to just kind of homage stuff, it's like, man, I don't know, dude. Maybe just if you're gonna repaint, reuse and repaint, obviously you have to maybe just stick to like colorways that you're kind of coming up with where it's not nothing crazy. Like I think if you would have done like a royal blue with white hints on this thing with like a royal blue, maybe like bullet punk dude, I think that would have sold based off of an art toy that he's already done. I've seen him do like the like Dodger blue type of shit with white. It looks kind of cool. It looks kind of like, you know, LA type of shit. That would have been maybe cool. You probably would have sold some of that stuff to maybe like fans that are fans of like art toys and stuff. Maybe kind of bring them into the action figure world. But this looks like wannabe Japanese stuff where this dude is not even Japanese. He's like Filipino. So I don't know. I'm not liking this, you know. Wish he kind of just stuck to like making like his own, I guess, color palettes and stuff to his figures, like not necessarily going into this so much. But I don't know. It could be wrong. Maybe a lot of people are hyped on this. I like this as like a fucking Rick. I can't even read that shit, bro. What the fuck are you saying? I like this as like a universe of like references type like Ready Player One. Bro, how many times did you type the word like, my dude? Like 5 times. Like Robo Pooch got a vacuum mouth. Oh man, be weird. Come on, bro. Leave the dog alone. Leave the dog alone. Fucking Rick. What the fuck are you saying here? Somebody read this out loud. Read this out loud, guys. Fucking Rick. Found their website Nutbuster. Both the small dude and robot for 350 USD. Fuck that. Yeah, that's what I said. They're expensive, man, for what they are. They're really kind of leaning into that like art toy crowd and stuff where they pay all kinds of dollars for just little PVC statue or something. But you know, some of those are there are pieces to some people, and I'm not mad at those. But this right here, it looks like it doesn't know what the fuck it wants to be. You know, it just doesn't know what it wants to be. And if they think that this is appealing to like the action figure crowd, I don't know. Maybe they are. I mean, who knows? Maybe they are. I did see a lot of people going for that first release, and it was on some hype B shit to me, man. Moving on from there, moving on to this SH Figuarts King of Mons. This fucking thing looks gnarly as fuck, man. Where when I first saw this, I thought it was a SH Monster Arts, like some kind of Godzilla kaiju beast or something, like bad guy. But apparently this is from Ultraman, and this thing looks fucking gnarly as fuck. Where I don't know much about it, but man, it looks like it can kick some fucking ass. Like it just looks like it can fucking knock motherfuckers out. And every time I see stuff like this, I'm always just like, it's just not something that I collect. But obviously, growing up with like Power Rangers or other Sentai shit, like Gridman and all that shit, like yeah, you always kind of see like these big kaiju type things, and man, they just look so dope. Where yeah, here he's like fucking fighting like 3 of the Ultraman. I forget from what series this is. I know that this Ultraman right here that he has like in his fucking grip right here, he's bear hugging and stuff. I know that one recently came out. I actually just saw a cool shot from it, man. I wish I would have got that picture where yeah, this Ultraman looks pretty cool. It was posed up really good, man. And I always just fucking trip out how many fucking Ultramans there are. There's just so many of them. There's so many series over the fucking years. Like it's crazy, you know, but getting like a bad guy to kind of go hand in hand with that, especially if you bought all 3 of these, get like a cool, just like a cool shot or just like a cool shelf display. That's awesome, man. You know? So yeah, I don't know much about this shit, but I just thought it looked so cool. Like it just looks very, very imposing where just the sculpt on this thing looks fucking gnarly. Like look at that shit. Like that shit looks fucking awesome, man. Where it stands out like just as a fucking kaiju type thing. It just stands out like crazy. But it's not something that I know I'm gonna go in for sure. But it is something I would fucking Rick would buy it in Hellboy colors. Yeah, Rick. Let me try to read this one. I like this as like a universe of like references type like Ready Player One. Rick, all you have to say is I like this. I think the monster showed also in Ultraman Triga or Blazar. Oh, okay. So it's like a big time villain for Ultraman, huh? I don't know. I don't know shit about this. The one on the right is Ultraman Taiga. Taiga. Oh, okay. How the fuck can you tell, Ghost Tab? I always trip out when people really know about this stuff. They can kind of distinguish like the differences in all of them. I'm always like, damn, like this and Kamen Rider. Every time people are like, oh, this is Kamen Rider, whatever, whatever. I'm like, fuck. Like, how do you know that, bro? How do you know that? But it is impressive, and I always do appreciate that. Like when people kind of know about that shit, man. It's just cool. It's cool shit, you know. Because yeah, I'm pretty sure if you talk to like any one of your family members, you're talking about comics or movies or toys, and they're looking at you like, bro, how the fuck you know all this random bullshit? You know what I mean? So it is kind of cool. And like I said, this is like one of the, like I was saying at the beginning of the show. That's why I appreciate people that collect different stuff because they could kind of put you up on game on stuff and stuff that they might be experts on or kind of specialize in that field of like just IPs and stuff. It's cool to kind of like get to share opinions on stuff like that because I wouldn't have any opinion on any of those Ultraman because I don't know anything about them, man. But keeping it SH Figuarts, move on to Vegeta older style battle clothes, man. So famous look from that Namek arc. Finally, SH Figuarts producing a fucking battle armor to that. And yeah, kind of caught a little bit of people off guard just because of something that's been wanted from the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z line for a while. Even though it doesn't really look too different, if you are familiar with the Namek arc, it's kind of iconic in its own way, especially when they start fighting Frieza. And this motherfucker gets murked. So this does come with some cool face plates where you get like this closed eye. I don't know if there's a Vegeta that has this, man, or I'm surprised that there isn't because it was just so many times in that fucking anime that he's always just kind of been sitting in the corner in his own head, talking to himself and stuff, and always kind of just thinking of his next move. So I did like that, and just even if you display him like this, a lot of the times it would look so awesome. Just kind of have him on your shelf somewhere, just sitting and thinking and shit. Like it just looks so cool. And then yeah, you do get like a different kind of torso swap. So you do get like where he gets fucking killed. He gets like that fucking hole in his chest and stuff. And then he kind of gets brought back to life from the Dragon Balls. So that is cool that they did do that. It is a P Bandai exclusive right now, so it's $60 on P Bandai. Where if you don't pre-order it through them, this thing is probably gonna be $100 on BBTS and other sites. So if you are interested, probably going through P Bandai or obviously find the online retailer overseas like Hobby Genki or Nin. I think should be getting this thing. I don't know if I'm gonna pre-order this, man. Like I said, it is kind of more of a specific look from a story arc, probably the most popular story arc in the whole anime. But outside of this look right here, I don't know if it's enough for me to want to pre-order it, man. It's just like, I don't know, just update the body already for Vegeta and then start making some of this stuff. Because like I said that about the Wolverine last week, we were talking about that Hellverine. It's like, dude, update the bodies and then start producing some of these newer looks. Don't give us like these newer looks and then, a year from now, give us a new body and then redo the looks that you just gave us. That kind of shitty, So for me, that's a pass. I'm passing on this for right now. Unless I kind of get a good deal on it, but it being a P Bandai exclusive, I don't think it is. This monster looks like his arms don't super sick, makes me want to get familiar with Ultraman. Yeah, that fucking King of Mons. I said I like the design on him. He looks fucking badass. Like just his fucking like torso, it looks crazy. Like what the fuck? He's got teeth on that shit, man. I don't know if it's enough to get though. Vegeta's arms don't match the rest of the figure. Yeah, huh? That's the thing too, huh? Like the shoulders look like they're kind of separated. It looks fun. It looks funky, bro. Where that Saiyan armor always kind of hides that shit, but not here because it's like the older style. So it doesn't have like those fucking like shoulder pauldrons or whatever the fuck you call those things, shoulder pads. Yeah, it doesn't have that. So that's the one thing I did notice about that. But like I said, I was mostly kind of interested in this just because of this head sculpt. That's like I said, if that's the highest selling point, that's not really a selling point. Like easily pass. Frieza is super short. Promo pics make Vegeta look taller than he is. Yeah, he's supposed to be kind of the same size, right? Kind of relatively, not really. He's a little bit bigger, but yeah, he does look a lot taller here. I wish they would make one more properly scaled. Make pink shirt Vegeta. That's the one everybody, me mostly wants. Oh yeah, everybody wants that shit. Good catch. The arms look off. Chest is too wide. Ortega. You guys are really nitpicking this shit. Fucking Ortega. His chest is too wide. Come on, Ortega. He's like, how can you tell? All right, here it kind of does. Yeah, that right there looks a little bit off. The armor just looks funky. It just looks like it's kind of here, not so much. Here, all the proportions look decent, except for maybe the height that Ghost has pointing out. But I don't know. Feet too small. CV where it's fucking. No, he's trolling me. He's trolling. Oh, fucking B word. Oh man. From there, we move on to SH Figuarts Spy Family. Next up we have Anya in the Shifuku version. So we get a soft goods Anya figure, man. So this is gonna be the fourth Anya figure that we get. And man, if you haven't picked any one of them up, I suggest you do. They're fun. They're just a fun toy. Like I think she's like a fun looking character. She just looks funny as fuck. Where I don't know, I have like this fucking crypto and shit, and I just kind of have her like just kind of staring at it. It just looks funny, you know, like especially she kind of comes with like different kind of faceplates all the time, and you get like these different expressions. So especially if you take toy photography, this is a good figure, man. Like she just has like a lot of expressions where I don't even like watch the series, but I had to get the figure, and I've gotten both of them. I got her school outfit and then her regular one. Where now that they're kind of doing the soft goods version, I had seen like third party people kind of reproducing this and making that themselves, kind of just putting it on the over the body that it has or the plastic dress that it has. So kind of seeing the SH Figuarts is kind of doing this, it's like, all right, I guess, but I don't know. Maybe it's something new from them, but honestly, the quality on it doesn't even look that great. I think the face plates, like the extra face plates, and maybe like her little plushie or whatever, would probably be the coolest thing on here. Outside of the soft goods, it does look interesting, but the quality doesn't look the greatest. It looks kind of cheap. Where, like I said, you can find some stuff on Etsy or like on Instagram with like third party guys like already making this stuff, and they make it way better than this shit, you know. So I don't know how well this is gonna sell, considering that this is the fourth Anya. Like I said, they did the first release, they did the school uniform, then they did the one with a dog, and then now they're doing this one. So it's like, fuck, dude, how many times you guys gonna go back to this well? Like maybe it's, you know, it's time to kind of move on. But yo, maybe after this we get a school uniform soft goods. So I don't know. But be on the lookout for this. I did see this pop up this week. I don't think it's gone up for pre-order yet, but if you haven't picked up on Anya, this one might be cool, man. Like it might be a cool one. Like I said, it's just a fun looking little toy. She's kind of goofy like that, so you do get a gang of expressions with her, man. So it is cool, and they're relatively cheap too, it being such a small body. Cheaper than this fucking piece of shit, man. Because next up, we move on to this SH Figuarts World Collectible Figure Collaboration. We got a Monkey D. Luffy mini figure, and I was tripping, man. I know SH has done these like little mini figures before, but they're relatively cheap a lot of the times. I think they're usually like $5. Where when I saw this, I thought this was gonna be the same thing, but kind of looking at it, it does look like it has like more articulation than like a lot of those SH minifigures. This is actual SH Figuarts where this motherfucker's priced up more than the regular release SH Figuarts. This shit is $56 on Big Bad Toy Store. Where I was like, man, they can go fuck themselves. It does come with a lot of cool shit. It comes with like, you know, like obviously is like cool face plates and stuff. Comes with his like code from the Wano arc and everything. So that's cool enough. But man, I just thought it was a little bit overpriced for what this shit is. Like $60 for this little ass figure. I don't know, Ortega. You may be peak, but man, that's a little bit too pricey for the little ass thing, man. Considering it's just such a small mini figure. Where I don't know, I think they would have been smart to just kind of make a regular SH mini figure. Um, you know what I mean? I think it would have been cool enough. I don't think they needed to pack in this much articulation to such this shit right here to sell it at such an expensive piece. 56 is the new 25 fighting code names. Shit, man, it might be, but fuck that. I'm good. If this would have been $30, I probably would have bought it because it looks funny enough. And there are instances where he kind of shrinks down. So it's like, all right, kind of works, you know. But yeah, I don't know. This is a little bit too much for this shit, man. Yeah, 56 for that. I paid 86 for Gear 5 and twice as big. Yeah, and that Gear 5 comes with a lot of shit. Wano Arc figuarts Luffy is 35 USD. Yeah, exactly. They keep fucking up on Luffy. They need to focus on give us a definitive version of him like the Ace fig. Oh yeah, exactly, man. That's the one thing, right? Like I agree 100%, man, where that first release of that Luffy, I was like, man, I was hyped for that shit when I got it. It's probably the most disappointed release that I've gotten ever, bro. Like honestly, like that shit is just a mess. Where I'm like, man, I was thinking maybe I gotta buy another one. Maybe I just got a shitty one. But man, seeing all the reviews, same reviews. I watched that dude, Toy Shelf. I don't know if you guys ever watched Toy Shelf. Same shit, man. He was talking of the same stuff. So I was like, nah, this is not a good figure. Like it's just not. So yeah, definitely got to give us like a definitive version. This ain't it though. This is like some super niche thing that I don't know. Maybe for the hardcore fans they'll buy it, but I'm good on this shit. Cause yeah, like I said, those figure arts minis are pretty cool for what they are. I bought like a chainsaw man to kind of go with my Anya and shit. Hold on, let me get. They look cool enough, but like I said, I got multiple Anyas and this little SH mini chainsaw man, like he looks cool, but like I said, this one's more limited articulation where it's kind of the same thing as like these like 5 point these like 5 point turtles where you have to swap the limbs in and out, but the legs move, like you can kind of move the legs up and down and stuff and kind of kick out. His head moves. Like I just thought this shit was fun, like funny as fuck, you know. Head moves relatively well. Like it looks cool enough. Like I was like, this looks like a cool toy. This was like $10, bro. $10, you know. You have a fucking like you have your other Anya. Like I said, she has like crazy expressions. Like this type of shit I always like, where it's like fun little toys, where it's like, all right, yeah, this it looks like a little like they're going to school or some crazy shit you'll see in anime, you know. Where like I said, $10 for this, $10. I didn't mind. Like this is fun. $56? Fuck you. Go fuck yourself, Bandai. You ain't getting me for this shit. So easy pass. Yeah, I don't know. That thing might sit, but there are a lot of One Piece fans. Like I said, my man Ortega is calling this shit peak. It is good. I ain't gonna lie. I did like One Piece when I finally indulged in it and fucking went in and checked it out. But a lot of the times, nah, man. This Kamen Rider approach entry figure 30, 40 US dollars, rest for 60 and above. Yeah, I mean that's a Bandai thing, you know. They do that shit all the time with Dragon Ball. Did that shit with One Piece. They did it with Naruto. Yeah, that first Luffy was a heartbreaker. Fucking piece of shit, man. Figure Arts Chainsaw Man is peak. Yeah, that shit's all-time great figure. Nice touch. You unintentionally did Spy Family author was assistant of Chainsaw Man author. Oh, okay. Yeah, when I saw that Figure Arts mini, I was like, man, this shit looks super cool, bro. Where I was like, it just works because it's like something you would see like an anime, you know, just see like some little chibi style. And like I said, it had enough articulation where I'm like, yeah, this is not a little statue. This is an actual figure. And you pop in the limbs and stuff, the arms kind of move in and forward. One limb is kind of like the elbow is like bent, and then the other one is like straight. So you can get multiple looks. Not crazy amount of articulation, but such a small release. I was happy with it. Not so much this stupid fucking Luffy, and more so that it's Luffy. Like he can go fuck himself. So moving on from there, though, we move to this SH Figuarts Shinkohu Seihu Kamen Rider Kuga. And yeah, it looks like they're continuing to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of Shinkohu Seiho, reproducing some of these like more, I guess, classic figures, you know, as far as like Kamen Rider and Ultraman. And yeah, man, this Kamen Rider Kuga, every time I see this shit, man, all I can think of is like the amazing videos and stuff. Because obviously he's a huge fan of this. It is something I've always kind of been interested in buying, but I've never really pulled the trigger on anything Kamen Rider. Well, I have one Kamen Rider, but I've always wanted like a Kuga figure, and this one looks pretty cool, man. I like how it looks. It's like the hints of gold that he has, like the extra added deco of gold that he has, and then the black. You know, it just looks clean. It just looks like a clean ass Kamen Rider Kuga figure. Where I don't know, all the paint jobs that he has always look cool, like the navy and the gold, the red, all that shit looks fucking sick. But not one that I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna go in for it just because, like I said, it'd probably just be I don't know, just some fucking random purchase. Like I don't really need it. I don't have it. I can't fit it anywhere in my collection outside of maybe just like my live action shelf, you know. But it's not something that I've ever watched, so I don't know. Easily pass on this stuff, but I do like how it looks though. It does look very cool. So I don't know. I'm not riding with this Kuga though. Kamen Rider Kuga is one of the good ones. Looks fire. Yeah. I think I seen like a list of like all time like strongest, I guess, Kamen Riders, and like Kamen Rider Kuga, he was up there. So I don't know, maybe one day I do pull a trigger on him. And I do like this Shinkoku Seiho like line that figuarts is doing. Like, man, I've only picked up that Gokai Red, and like fuck, man, that shit has so many accessories. Where that was like one of my top figures last year. That shit was just packed with a bunch of shit. Moves really well too, so I liked it. And see, that's one thing that I didn't really know too much about outside of the design looking really cool. So I think the same thing gonna kind of apply here, where man, maybe and then I've seen people just go all in on this Shinkohu Seiho line, like they're going deep in this shit. Like it's fucking dope, and like they're really reproducing these figures really well. They're packing them out with the shit ton of stuff. So maybe one day, if it's still available, like in the future, like maybe I'll just pull a trigger on it, because this will probably be like the best Kuga figure in a while, at least this color version of them. But could be wrong. Maybe there's other better ones. I don't know anything about them too much. Kamen Rider can be cringe, but Kamen Rider Geats is good stuff. They turned the premise of Gantz into a Kamen Rider show. Geats. That's like the one that's kind of been released recently, right? Yeah. But from there, keeping it with this Tamashi Nation stuff. Next up, we got this Tamashi Effect. We got the White Smoke version A version, or version White Smoke version. And yeah, man, these effects from Tamashi are pretty freaking dope. Or this smoke effect looks sick as fuck, man. Relatively cheap too. You are able to kind of like dress your action figures up with like a shit ton of more stuff that's gonna look really cool to, I don't know, just get different kind of looks. Maybe you got a ninja, like you got like these little dusties that I know what's his name, Panchizi, was like making and selling. So I don't know if they got the idea from him. But yo, it looks cool enough. You obviously get like just, I don't know, just dust effects or just kind of smoke effects where you get your posing kind of get elevated a lot more. And then yeah, your shit could just get more dynamic for like toy photography. Like it just adds that much more to it. And relatively cheap too. They're like $35, so they're not fucking overly expensive. I know that they've done like fire, water, like green energy effects, like wind effects. So like some of these like Tamashi effects are pretty freaking dope. They've done like the broken like ground and rock and all that stuff, so they look awesome. Yeah, I've picked up like a fire effect piece before from them, and they look pretty awesome. But man, like it's just something that I know for sure, if I did like more toy photography, I'd be all over this stuff, because it just adds, like I said, a lot more to your shot, without you kind of messing with the figure. It's just kind of building out the whole setup to it. So I'd be on the lookout for this stuff, man. Even if it's not for your action figure, you can kind of put this on a building or some kind of crazy thing, kind of add more smoke effects to it, build out the scene a lot more. And yeah, like I said, $35 is not crazy for this shit at all, man. If you ain't getting this to make Chun-Li fart, you failing in life. Oh man, right? See right here on the right, this picture right here, she looks like she's fucking farting, bro. Oh, that's funny, dude. The smoke is a must get. Yeah, the smoke is cool, man. I like this one because along with this one, they also showed off this thunder effect. So it's like the thunder, the green version, where I don't know. It's just, I feel like Marvel Legends is fucking throwing this in so many goddamn figures all the fucking time. They're cheap ass shit. Obviously not gonna be nowhere near the quality of this. That they just kind of fuck this effect. Like this effect, I feel like I've seen so many times where like I don't need to pay $35 for this shit, man. Like I don't know how many fucking Thor figures or Hasbro Marvel Legends figures have come with this shit. It's just too much, man. Yeah, Kaiju number 8 or DBC smoke effect. But yeah, this thunder effect, I saw a lot of people attributing this to like Kaiju number 8. It's not something I watched. I couldn't really tell you. Where do you get this smoke? You get this? It should be available on like BBTS. I think it's already up on BBTS. Motherfucker Codenames wants to smoke. Oh, you don't want that smoke. You don't want that smoke, Codenames. But yeah, this thunder effect, not so much hyped on this one, but it did go up for pre-order this week also along with this. So Kaiju number 8 is lit. Fucking hell. Keep hearing that. Is it good? I gotta maybe give it a try. But man, I'm already fucking, that's the one thing I hate about anime. If you don't fucking watch it, your backlog just gets fucking unmanageable, bro. It just gets too crazy. That's kind of where I'm at sometimes, where I'm like, fuck, man. Like really fucked up not getting on top of some of these. But yo, also if you are interested in just kind of doing some posing for, I don't know, maybe drawing and stuff, We are getting another 1/12 scale male body, just blank buck for just 1/12 scale action figures, man. So you are able to kind of customize these if you want, or just kind of use these for, I don't know, um, just reference, for drawing like a male figure and stuff. The range on it looks decent. It doesn't look like anything special, so I kind of thought this was crazy from no pun, from Crazy Figure, because it's a company producing this, because it didn't look like anything special. But then from the male body, like I said, it has a good enough range, but it wasn't anything that was like, whoa, like the Romanki bucks. Those things were looking like crazy, where you had to jump on that pre-order. These not so much, even though it does come with a fair amount of hands. I would probably buy this if I was like an artist, and I would just need to like reference to kind of pose out a guy and kind of draw that. But then the female body looked like it was a little bit more intriguing, man. Where yeah, this thing, maybe it was the posing, maybe it was the soft goods attire that she had, because it did have like these cool little headphones, little baseball bat with her head sculpt looks interesting. If it would have been painted, it would have been looking a lot better. She has like these glasses with her where it's like, hey, yo, a little bit more RX rated and stuff, it's obviously blurred out. So sorry guys, put those jars away. Put those jars away, fellas. Not right now, not here now, guys. It's blurred out. But yeah, this one looked like it was a little bit more interesting just because it's like a more, I don't know, it looks like it can pose, it looks like it can move better, honestly. Like it can pose a lot better. So I think I'd be more interested in going in for something like this and kind of customizing this. And man, if you are a customizer already and you're pretty good like painting figures, like man, painting this head sculpt up would be pretty awesome, because it has like this pretty nice look to her, man. Like I ain't gonna lie, it looks pretty sweet. But I don't know, it's just something that's just a blank body where I don't really need it, man. Where I kind of thought the same thing and I regretted about those Romanki bucks, where I was just like, I don't really need blank bodies like that. Like I said, I always kind of see these things and more for like as tools for like artists and stuff. But it is pretty cool to kind of see a action figure always. And yeah, if you could kind of just pop a head sculpt on there, maybe switch out the peg or something, and pop like a, I don't know, like a Figma head sculpt that you might have or something, it works. You get different kind of looks and just different kind of customized action figures, so you kind of make your own kind of character or whatever. Kaiju number 8 is really good. If you got time for it, it's worth the watch. God damn it, Mochi. Fucking protest Kaiju number 8, man. So yeah, be on the lookout for this one. I do believe these are popping up on like Toysy Metaverse and I think 5K Toys, if I'm not mistaken. I think they got them also. So if not, I think they will get them. But yeah, be on the lookout for this. I think I got a price on these though. That's the one thing. I don't think I got the price initially on it, but I can't imagine they're priced up too much more. And yeah, man, she's got all the accessories, including different chest sizes, guys. So different jars, bro. Different jars, boys. And then from there, also getting a little bit of a preview from Memory Toys. We got this little goblin. Forgot the name of this fucker, but man, this thing looks cool as fuck, man. We're only an early prototype right now, but man, it just looks super cool. Where it's like, damn, like yeah, I saw my man Rick in the fucking Discord. He said Mythic Legions who, and I agree, man. Like seeing this shit is like, yo, this thing looks like it's gonna move a hell of a lot better. And it just looks so cool, man. Like I was saying about those figuarts minis, every time there's like a mini figure and it's packing a shit ton of articulation, like it's cool to see, man. It's cool to see companies do that. But man, it's these import companies that are really pushing the envelope, guys. Like seriously, man. It's like these third-party import companies. Like I don't even want to call them third party, because I feel like Memory Toys is doing their own thing. Like they're producing some cool shit, man. But yeah, maybe some of the stuff might be unlicensed, like their World of Warcraft stuff. So yeah, but I feel like what those companies are doing are really kind of pushing the envelope, and we're already able to get cool shit, especially if you're a fantasy fan or just science fiction or anything like that. This shit looks really cool. So be on the lookout for this. As more information comes out, we'll be on top of it, man. And then from there, jumping over to Playcraft Toys, they're producing this Shaun of the Dead third-party action figures. It's called Brits of the Dead. So you get Shaun and Ed, that fucking cult classic Shaun of the Dead film. I think it was early 2000s. I can't remember when that shit came out. I think I want to say I saw that shit like in high school, maybe middle school. I can't even remember, but it was cool. I remember seeing it on TV. And my older brother was telling me to watch that shit. He was like rewatched it with me, and I was like, yeah, that's funny enough. It's kind of a interesting take, like on a zombie flick. Where right here the head sculpts look pretty good, but the one thing I noticed is like they only give you this one head sculpt, where it's like kind of, I mean, it works, maybe like as a background characters or for specific shots with them. But like, look at Sean, bro. It's like it's just too little being offered, I think, the soft kids look well enough, like they look decent enough. But it's just, I don't know. I like the movie, but I didn't like it that much to want action figures of them, though, even though they do look fairly well. It's just the lack of art, like accessories, I think, for me. Maybe just the head sculpt, but the rest of the stuff, it looks like they come with a fair amount of stuff. I like Ed's got the Air Force Ones and shit, so that looks pretty cool. But man, I don't know. It's just something that I'm not sure if I need it, man. Kaiju number 8, Donuts Forever. God damn it, whose burner account is this? Ghost Tab? Is it you? Mochi? Is it you, bro? This goblin does not have 2011 articulation. Oh, NYC, stop it, bro. I'm gonna see you up in Legion's Con over there hugging and kissing. Don't even start. Go watch Demon Slayer. Latest episode is fire. Oh man. See, that's the other one I fucking forgot to get back on. But yeah, you're right. I do got to get back on Demon Slayer, bro. This goblin looks like it can actually move. Because it's still on them goblins, huh? I'm moving too fast. Let me go back to that goblin. Read some of these comments. Because this right here, I don't want to hear it, NYC. I don't want to fucking hear it, bro. All right? Not for you, buddy. Not for you, bud. Screen cap this and put it in the fucking in the cabal. There's shit talking over here. So they can come after you, bro. Like they went after Ninja. Oh man. Oh dude. I want to see him come over here and start talking shit. They can talk all the shit they want. I don't give a fuck. Go watch Demon Slayer. Yeah. Ghost Tab. He says those goblins are good additions to the Goblin Slayer Figma. Yeah, they look pretty cool. Plasty's in the house. These are a must. Oh, Plasty, I know you're all over these Brits of the Dead. Plasty, this is like the stuff you buy usually, huh? Whenever I watch your reviews, you're always kind of getting like these like third-party stuff, and that's what I'm saying. Like you can't buy everything, but like when you see people kind of specialize in certain things, that's like okay, cool. That's kind of how I can kind of appreciate this figure because I don't think I'll going for it myself. But man, some people might be real big fans of this one where they saw this and it was instant pre-order. For me, not so much, not so much. Even though I can appreciate the tailoring on the soft goods, I just wish it would have came with like one more head sculpt. And then I think there's like I don't know if it's like a deluxe version. I think it is. It comes with like the zombie Ed. So you get like this and like his like chains and shit. So that looks cool, but like I said, I wish I would have just been with the general release. And then Sean, he doesn't have anything else. Like he just has that one head sculpt where he looks like Joe Biden. He just has his fucking mouth open, just standing there. Tell me that don't look like Joey B, guys. Tell me that don't look like Joey B. So I don't know. But yeah, this was definitely popped up on the radar. I did see some people excited about it. Hugging and kissing has nothing to do with articulation. God damn it, NYC. Shaun of the Dead is a masterpiece, Omar. Yeah, it's pretty good. I liked it. I think I gotta rewatch it because, like I said, when I first saw it, I think I was in high school. I didn't know shit about life at all, man. Yes, but Demon Slayer not dubbed yet. Donuts Forever. Whose burner is this, man? NYC. The Cabal was like, "You're not even a ninja." Burn. Yeah, for reals. Fucking, bro, that whole shit got crazy, huh? That whole shit got crazy, man. I don't know. I always think it's funny because it's like I feel like people can have their opinions pro and con. There's no, it's just it gets a little bit too, I guess, too dramatic in there in between that stuff. And I can understand too, because yeah, sometimes people, start hating on people and all kinds of other shit, whatever. But it's all good. At the end of the day, it's just toys and stuff. We're all just kind of giving our opinions on it. Third party are killing it, man. They're doing a lot of characters nobody else is touching. Yeah, exactly. And I don't know. A lot of the times people always attribute that to like, oh, the license is probably expensive. No, it's probably just because the companies are too fucking stupid and they don't know what's gonna sell. It's like I always hear people always want like civilian characters, like civilian line. And then you hear toy companies or toy manufacturers say, oh, that's not gonna sell. How the fuck do you know, dude? Like, how do you know? You don't know. But it is their money, so it's like fuck it, man. You can't force companies to make that shit. But shout out to Dark Joker Zan Dante from Infinity Equation. He was asking that on his live stream on Friday, and I don't know. I feel like he might be cooking on something like that with somebody else, man. I feel like they're gonna be a civilian character line coming down the line. These telescopes are crazy. Yeah, they look really good. Like I said, I wish there was one more each, but they look really good. Like the likeness looks fucking on point, bro. So I don't know. So yeah, Passy, I'll wait for your review. Mr. Ortega, yeah, exactly. Joe Biden stare is totally accurate, Omar. Yeah, he's got the Joe Biden head sculpt. He's just got this fucking mouth. Just like listening and shit. Oh man, so that's funny. New sub here. Shout out from Taiwan. Yo, Donuts Forever, man. Shout out to you, my man. Thank you for the sub, bro. And yeah, shout out to Taiwan, bro. Damn, we're all the way out here, bro. Real figures worldwide. Chilling, bro. Happy to see you here on a Sunday night. God damn it, bro. Hugging kiss over at fucking Legion's Con, not here, NYC, you motherfucker. He's over here hugging and kissing in the chat. Jesus. It's rare for third party having extra heads. It happens, but it's rare. Must be pricing issues. Those head sculpts usually go for 30-40 bucks alone. Very true, very true. God damn it, y'all guys. Getting my hopes up for Jack from a fantastic fear of everything with Simon Pegg head sculpt. Man, bro. Honestly, man, like they're making literally fucking everything. Like Plasty said, they're making every fucking thing, man. Or like I was saying when I was talking about the TMNT retro joints, it's like this is such a fucking good era of toy collecting because it's like you're getting like retro stuff and then you're getting modern stuff and then you're getting like this third party stuff that's like, man, bro, before you had to be like a Hot Toys collector and they were only Hot Toys only made, you know, popular shit. They weren't making deep cut stuff like this. And it's like you're getting this now in a 1/12 scale, able to buy it relatively easy, you know, especially, you know, being on top of like Instagram and all that stuff. It's not hard to come by, you know. So Boats and Hoes future rig. Rig is stupid. But yeah, I don't know. Be on the lookout for this. It is up for pre-order on Toysy Metaverse. And like I said, they are taking a deposit in there for this deluxe and then just the regular releases. But I think you got to go deluxe here because you do get this like extra head sculpts and stuff. But from there, moving on to Boss Fight Studios, we got this epic hacks series from their line with Sideshow Collectibles. I believe this is a Sideshow Collectibles brand. And yeah, we have Court of the Dead figures, man, where I didn't know anything about this shit, man. I was like, what is this from? What video game or what the fuck movie is this from? Where when I started reading up on it, apparently it's just like artwork and like a story that some of the people at Sideshow came up with. So right here on the left, we have Death, Master of the Underworld, and then we have Kier, Death's Warbringer. So 1/12 scale figures for Boss Fight Studio. Kind of interesting. I don't know. They kind of look like I mean, for me, this isn't like my type of stuff. Like, I don't really need like this type of stuff. The Warbringer right here on the right does look cool. She looks very dope. But it's not really something I collect. It just looks a little bit too, I guess, demonic for me. I don't know. I don't know if that's the word I want to use. It just looks a little bit too, I don't know, like gory and monstery. Like I don't know. It just doesn't look like something I collect. But for what they are, they look interesting enough. I just have to wonder the quality on some of this stuff because like I have seen like their Epic Hacks series like skeletons and they look cool, but when you see stuff in renders, it looks a little bit better. Where I don't know, man. I don't know if that translates like 100% to action figure line. And I'm not really like super familiar with Boss Fight stuff. I don't think I've ever picked up anything from them, man. So kind of crazy toy company. They kind of usually just make these like random fucking things. So like I said, when I saw this, I was like, what the fuck is this? Where is this from? To see it's just like artwork and like just some random story that Sideshow comes up with. It's like, I think they're just really banking on the designs of the characters where it's like you don't really have to know anything about this. You just have to kind of be on board, I mean, with like just this type of like aesthetic, I guess, to characters, because it just doesn't look like anything that anybody's gonna know anything about, you know, outside of just, you know, hardcore Sideshow fans where they might read up on this stuff. But when I saw this, I was like, who the fuck is buying this random shit, man? But it does kind of fit into this world of like fantasy and stuff. It does look like it'll fit relatively well in there. Where this dude would stop hugging and kissing people. You could tell me, is NYC, would you be in for this stuff like this? Bro, you ever hear street human civilian characters? Yeah, but they weren't thinking about civilian characters without the aliens dumb shit that Shark was doing. So I don't know, man. They're scared of the Tiggle Biddies code names, but nobody's making Lara Croft Tomb Raider. What the fuck? Oh man, I heard there's changes being made to that. They even make a Lara Croft licensed sex doll, but 1/12 action figure. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's crazy, huh? Yeah, there hasn't really been a fucking Lara Croft. Or I don't know. It's because the thing about like Lara Croft is like, whenever I think of Lara Croft, I think of like those fucking old PlayStation games where it was like all the fucking, what was like, I don't know how many bits that was, where it's like, man, you would have to get like a specific stylized version of it. So I don't know, maybe companies are kind of hesitant to do that, you know? What's her name on Instagram? She goes like by Christina something. I've seen her custom Lara Croft, and I'm like, yeah, that looks cool. Like something like that. So you really have to just get like the body and like the clothes right, and then like really put like a really like nice head sculpt on it. I think, you know, obviously get rid of her fucking guns. And I think that would sell, but I don't know. Omar the Saint with Fear of God. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to say it as like, oh, it's because it's demonic. I don't get it, but it's just like I said, I'm not really too up on fantasy stuff like this. Where I don't know, like I said, I don't know where the hell I would fit this in my collection. Like, you know, I kind of read a little bit about the story on it, where it's like this death bitch on the left is like kind of trying to start a war or some crazy shit. I was like, I don't know. Sounds like a good movie, but not good enough to actually make a movie, you know? So I don't know. I've seen the statues in person in past SDCC. The designs are out there. Oh, okay, so they've made like statues too. Yeah. See, like as statues, I guess, but like I said, if it's not attached to anything, like very hard sell. You know what I mean? Where it's like maybe there is like a really rich storyline, but in you know, I don't even know where the fuck you could read that. But maybe I'm just, you know, not up on game with this shit. Third party is really pushing the toy industry. It's what got me back into collecting. Most of these large companies don't take risks and just keep putting out the same boring shit with a few highlights. Wow, man. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself too, man. You're right about that. I want the Bloodsport Van Damme figures and double dragon figures. Oh, fuck yeah, man. Some Bloodsport or some fucking kickboxer or some shit. Yeah, that shit would be sick, bro. I think of the fuck you talking about, Mochi? Hell yeah, give me all the demons, and the blue chick was the instant pre-order. The blue chick looks like the coolest one to me. And yeah, you're right. Like I said, this is something definitely of NYC's alley where she looks gnarly enough, where she's got like the blood fucking splatter on her arms and stuff. Like, yeah, that looks cool. And it looks like an interesting take on like on the fucking like a war type apostle and shit. Like, you know, like man, take me to war, shit. So yeah, I don't know. It looks cool enough, but definitely not something that I've ran to pre-order. Is probably going to be on my radar at all. Bro, I love listening to Omar Ben. Uninterested. Shit is gold. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I think of them pixelated tetas. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When I remember Lara Croft, I remember like, you know, like PlayStation Magazine and all that stuff, like all like Game Informer and all that shit. And I always just remember like the pictures in those like magazines. It was like always like all pixelated, but it was like that was at the time. That was like modern graphics and stuff. And I was like, oh, that shit looks so good. So now it's like, man, if you kind of get like a modern Lara Croft, it's like, how do you stylize her in a specific look, you know? But like I said, that chick Christina, I forget her last name or what her Instagram handle is, but she made a really good Lara Croft custom where it was not the perfect Lara Croft, but it looked good enough where it's like, man, if a company could just produce something like this, man, maybe Figma, man. I don't know why Figma doesn't do some shit like that. Maybe it's a hard license to get. Syndicate Collectibles is releasing them soon. Yeah, that's the company, right? Syndicate Collectibles. I think they had a big presence at SDCC last year, so hopefully we know more about them coming up in the next couple of weeks. Need all the demons for when them Jesus figures ship. Yeah, was that D13 shit? I gotta get me one of those D13 toys. I want to get that looks like the statue, like I don't know what the fuck. He was like an angel looking statue. He looked pretty cool. I was like, I kind of want that. That looks like it'll fit, you know, because it's like kind of accessory type shit. Tetas, Stones Forever. I need Jesus hooping on this bitch pick. Yeah, for reals. Fucking Jesus doing the crossover on these bitches. That'd be funny. But yeah, be on the lookout for this, man. It is on Big Bad Toy Store already. Like I said, these are Boss Fight Studios, so cool for them, I guess. But from there, move on to some Savage Crucible, guys, because Wave 2 is finally up for pre-order. Now some of these figures didn't go up for or they did go up on their Kickstarter, but if you missed out on their Kickstarter, now is your opportunity to jump on this pre-order, man. Now this pre-order is open all the way until August. Let me get the date right. It is going to be open all the way through July up until August, and you do get charged up front. August 16th pre-order closes, so it's open now, and yeah, you do get charged up front. But yo, here we have Who Man. So you get like the main character from like the storyline, I guess, if you guys picked up the comic. And he looks pretty fucking cool, man. This Wave 2 right here is gonna be like mostly like barbarian type characters. And this is like the figures that I was waiting for, man. The only one that I got from the Kickstarter outside of that Royal Guard was the Frazetta with ball and chain figure, and I was like, I'm waiting for that. So to kind of see this like Wave 2 pre-order open up, these are slated to come out Q4 of this year. So here's hoping that that's the case, because yeah, like just based off of Rob Post's past interviews and live streams, this is a toy line that's already kind of been in the works even way before that Kickstarter launched. Obviously the Kickstarter was a huge success for him, pumped those figures out fairly fast. Maybe not as fast as other people thought, because they thought it was going to be within that same year, but still fast. Figures came out great, man. Like I said, I've only picked up a few of them. Now he's kind of producing some of these exclusive figures. They're fucking awesome. And yeah, like I picked up that Shadow Slate last week, and they're fucking dope, man. They're a fucking dope line where I'm happy for the guy that like he's kind of starting to see like this success early on. And yeah, because like moving on to Wave 2, some of these fucking look pretty fucking sweet. Because yeah, after Who Man, next up we have Nashorn, I believe his name is. And initially when I saw the renders to this guy, it looked cool, but like I was saying about those boss fight studios, it just looked a little bit too demonic and out there for me, man. But now getting to see like the actual promotional images to it, I'm like, oh yeah, this dude looks fucking badass where I need him, man. Just as simple as looking at his like fucking feet, I'm like, yo, he's selling me on these feet, bro. Like just like all black buck, like it looks like you're gonna be able to do some dope kit bashing with this figure right here, where I feel like I'm gonna buy multiples of this one right here, just because I don't know, you're gonna be able to like pop and swap like different kind of armor bits on them. You're gonna get different kind of looks on them, where like the more times that he kind of releases figures with like these different kind of helmets, and you pop it on the body like this, it just looks like some kind of fucking something coming out of fucking hell and shit, ready to kill your ass, So it looks very cool. Where, like I said, when I initially saw the rendered out images to it, like with the accessories and everything, it was like, I don't know, something about the paint job, like the red hints on it, I just didn't like. It just looked like it contrasted too much with like the black body and then the gold armor bits. It just looked a little bit off. Like I was just like, I don't know, it just looks a little bit different, but or a little bit out there. But actually seeing it like in prototyped images and stuff painted out, it looks very cool. Like I'm like, yo, I'm pre-ordering this one along with the Who Man. Where I regret not going in for the Who Man, I was like, man, I don't know, I kind of just want the Frazetta with ball and chain just to test out the body. But now kind of seeing the Lemurians kind of come out, and they move well, they feel really good. I'm kind of more leaning towards getting some of these different types of bodies of these different types of characters, because this is obviously going to be a more humanoid character. Like I said, barbarians and stuff. So you are going to get to see what they can do for these like types of bodies, just based off of looking at it right here, like these dice tools that he has look interesting, and just the range that he gets on the Lemurians for for like having not really too much like I guess cuts on the bucks. Like I'm impressed, man. I'm impressed by what he's doing. So I am on board now getting this Who Man, this Nashorn. And from there, we move on to Krieger. So this is another one that I remember thinking like, man, I should have fucking probably gone in for this guy too. And yeah, now, like I said, now I'm pretty excited that the pre-order opened up, and this is going to be the cheapest you can get these outside of like the Kickstarter, So if you pass up on the Kickstarter, now's your opportunity to get these at a great price. Because once these starts going up on like online retailers, they're not going to be priced at this price that he has them at. So yeah, this Krieger body, also another barbarian type, looks very cool. His armor looks dope as fuck. And yeah, let me look at the prices up on these, because I want to get all the information correct. Because yeah, all in is $249, guys. So for $249, you get all in. And then the Nashorn right here is $39. So this is $39 right here. It's not bad at all, man. Especially considering we were just talking about that shit Luffy figure. And then up from there is Krieger, also $39, where I'm like, dude, you're getting all this for fucking $40. Like, hell yeah, man. Sign me up, bro. Like, I'm down for this. Also, like I said, the charm of like the Mythic Legion stuff was always like the pop and swap. You get the pop and swap, create new characters. Same thing can be said right here with good articulation. I would say better articulation. I don't think I'd be getting called crazy for saying that. But yeah, I'm excited to see these, man. I think the one thing that I'm interested to see is just the scale on the figures, because I remember kind of seeing them initially. They did look a little bit bigger, but these being barbarian type dudes, I'm like, yo, guys, they ain't gonna be fucking some little 5'5" motherfucker. They're gonna be tall as fuck. So I don't know. I could fudge them in. And like I was saying earlier, I usually don't base my collection and let it get dictated by scale. It's just usually if it's a cool action figure, it's a cool action figure. I'll find a place for it, you know. So I am interested so far going all in because, like I said, this Krieger, the Shunned, regret not going in for this motherfucker, man. It looks very cool. Let me see what the chat's saying. So Christina Conan, yeah, that's her name. She's fucking killer, man. Who the fuck is that, man? Ghost is in the house. What up, Ghost? These Savage Crucible barbarians are a bore. Oh, come on, NYC. Come on, bud. Omar always in for some good feet. Oh, man. I'm sold on the feet, bro. That Todd McFarlane figure of the year. Look at them feet, dude. So those feet sold me, bro. Those feet sold me, man. Because come on, guys. Over there hugging and kissing. They all the Mythic Legions got the same damn feet, bro. I want to see some toes, buddy. Some nice little fucking pink toes. Look at this guy's feet. They're covered up. So yeah, like I said, to distinguish the feet, bro. Come on, don't be mad at the feet, guy. Oh shit, Omar's talking about popping and swapping. Ghost. Yeah, Ghost is the man. Shout out to the Geek Out Show, guys. You guys are always cool as fuck, man. They have 4 versions of Nash Horn at the cons with the character packs. Oh man. Don't tell me that. I have to army build all of them. I want the whole wave, especially a second Human and Jaeger. Yeah. Like I said, because moving on from Krieger, next up we got fucking Jaeger. So we got this Wolfman type. And yo, man, this is probably one of the stars of the show initially from when the Kickstarter was on. Like I just saw a lot of hype on this one where it wasn't really on my radar so much. I was just like, you know what, if I get like a Wolfman, I want like a full-on werewolf. But man, after looking at like the reviews, I think The Amazing had like a look at them. Just kind of looking at some of the promotional images. Yeah, it's hard to say that I'm not all in for this wave, man, considering how happy I am with like the Lemurians. I just kind of feel like I want to be like mostly all in on this line, even though I didn't go all in on the Lizard Man. I feel like I want to buy like as many of these as possible, and like this being like the first, like I guess one of this species in the line. Like I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna regret not going in for this one. I do like his like look with the hood, but then in like the weapons pack, I guess he has like this other head sculpt that I liked a lot more. That I'm excited to now probably get this one, so that head sculpt doesn't go to waste. But yo, what's the rest of the chat saying? I need Spartans and Nordic Warriors. Rick, he says, wow, $40. It's Mythic Legions. Oof. Oh shit, it looks like he can hold the sword with 2 hands. Yeah, that shot right there, huh? Yeah, that one did stand out to me a lot, man. Like seeing this shot, I was like, oh shit, buddy. Like, let's fucking go, bro. Let's fucking go. I'm down. Yeah, like I said, $40, man. So that's fucking good. They look real good in person. And man, Conan said they were in the house over there at Joe Fest, man. Where man, Joe Fest looked fucking awesome, bro. Like it looked awesome, bro. I really gotta get to one of these cons one day, man. Not so much ever like too hyped on SDCC. I've been one time. I just thought it was just a little bit overwhelming, just as far as like the people and stuff. But man, seeing Joe Fest, seeing PowerCon, those are the ones that I'm like, man, I really want to get. Not Legions Con, NYCC. Don't think you're gonna be hugging and kissing on me, bro. But PowerCon and fucking Joe Fest look like the ones to be at going forward. Those look like this type of like, I guess not third party, but like these up and coming companies that are like, you know, obviously like Savage Crucible, you know, you got AWOC, you got all these other companies that like last week we were taking a look at. Thanks to my man Codenames for all the pictures. Like those companies look like the stuff that I'm interested in kind of going in for a lot of the times now. So definitely be on my radar to get to one of these cons, man. I definitely gotta plan that out accordingly. Get it, make it happen. B Rivera is still now. He's getting the kick out of some shit. I missed the Kickstarter. Looks good. Yeah, man. I suggest going in for some of these if you can. Go Stab. Like I said last week, that you won't be regretting it, man. I totally regret not going in heavy on that first wave, not doing with these. Yeah. Like I said, that's why when I saw them pop up with like more, I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna get another one of these like Royal Guards. And then seeing that Shadow Slate pop up as an exclusive, I was like, oh, let me get that shit. And yeah, like I said, I kind of tricked mine out. Yeah, I added like a cloak to him, so this is not like what what you get coming out of the box. But man, you can do whatever the fuck you want with these guys. You can kind of customize it however you want and get every kind of look you want. Even paint them if you want, like, because they're relatively cheap. These slates were pretty cheap, man, especially in the Kickstarter. Regret not going in for. I think they were $19, man. Where I wouldn't mind fucking throwing some paint around and seeing what I can fucking do, because I'm not really a painter or anything like that, or a customizer. But I feel like these are getting price so friendly, you might as well try. Stack like sardines at SDCC. No one checks the limit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when I went, I was like, man, let's get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm not feeling that shit. That's why you always see all these people huddled up at the Hasbro Marvel Legends booth. Ain't got nowhere else to walk to. But from the Jaeger, move on to Frazetta Warrior with ball and chain. And yeah, this is the other figure that I'm waiting on from the Kickstarter. So I only got 2 figures. Like I said, new company. It was kind of not really like stuff that I kind of collect. But yeah, after being like really impressed by them, kind of happy to go more all in on these. And this Frazetta Warrior ball and chain obviously is like from a famous painting from Frazetta. So it is kind of cool to kind of get this figure, and it's officially licensed from Frazetta Junior Enterprises. So it's not Frazetta girl. So it's like the grandson, I guess. And like I was saying when we were talking about the loose collector death dealer, talking to this dude Rob Post, like the CEO of this company, that's kind of what he brought up, that it's not as easy as like other companies to license some of this stuff out, because the way this dude's estate was broken up, it's like some people own this painting, some people own this painting, some people own this part of this painting, some people. So you have to really kind of deal with a shit ton of people to kind of just license certain stuff out, So now I think even more so, now that they kind of caught wind that like, yo, our shit's really popular, the stuff that our grandfather had. Obviously they knew it was popular just because the paintings are always kind of like get reproduced in posters and all stuff. But now seeing that the action figure community or the action figure manufacturers go to them and try to like reproduce like toys, it's like, yeah, they definitely see the dollar signs. So it's not as easy to just make a fucking death dealer with a horse for $150. You know what I'm saying? So seeing that price on that loose collector, I can kind of understand it, even though I do think it's a little bit upticked. I think you probably could have put that out for $250 and still made a relatively good profit. But hey, man, it's up and coming company too. Who's to say, But yeah, this Warrior ball and chain is cool, so I'm excited to get this. And then it is going to come with a soft goods cape that wasn't shown off, I guess. So final cape will be soft goods. So yeah, this prototype only has like a plastic, like rubbery type of cape. So yeah, if you're interested in that one. And then that figure I believe is $45. So that one's a little bit more expensive than the other ones, because all the other ones $39. So that's kind of how you can kind of say, oh, okay, that's a licensing fee then, fucking loose collector, you motherfucker. So where's this shit at, bro? So yeah, what's the rest of the chat? The cloak looks dope. Shoot the link. Oh, the snail shell cloak sold out, Mochi, but I'll send them. I'll send what they look like to you if you can find them online, but they sold out a while ago. Do the pre-orders charge you right away? Yeah, the pre-orders charge you right away on this dude's site, man. So like I said, it's going to be the cheapest place you find them, but I do think people or places like 5K Toys are going to jump on these now. And like I said, a lot of online retailers are kicking themselves, the same as like some of the people that passed up on the Kickstarter. They did not go in on them, man, so they didn't fucking pre-order any of this stuff. And then the pre-orders that are already popped up on BBTS after had already dried up. So definitely be on the lookout for these going forward, but no kind of information being put out there as far as like if online retailers are going to get these and who's going to get these. But I can imagine after the pre-order closes on their site, that's when you're going to start to see shit pop up, because that's obviously when the online retailers can put their orders in also, because I think that's just how it's going to go down. And then Ghost Tab says, how you own part of a painting? I have no idea, man. But like the way it was kind of broken up was that it was like certain characters and paintings and all that shit. Crazy to think about, but man, when you see all the work that Frazetta produced, it's like, fuck, they definitely wanted to chop that fucking pie up pretty evenly. Yeah, you get charged right away for $5 more. I don't give a fuck. Buckers, yeah. And then from there, we also have, like I said, these weapons packs. So we got the Conquest pack. So we got like extra head sculpts for like the fucking Nash horn. And I did like these fucking middle fingers. It's so fucking dope, man. Like that's so cool to add that to it. It's like, yeah, man, this is like I don't know, it's just like rugged shit, you know. It's just like make your action figures get a little bit more attitude with them, man. Even though it's something you wouldn't think about like to add that, but it's just so fun, you know. It's just make it fun, you know. And then this is the Jaeger head sculpt that I was talking about. It looks very cool. I like how this looks a lot more than the other one. I like it a lot. So it's enough for me now knowing that I am gonna go in for that Nash horn, and I'm sold on that Jaeger because of the head sculpt. Yeah, this is a weapons pack that I'm gonna get. And we got the Raider pack. So we got these like extra barbarian head sculpts to go on those like Krieger bodies, or I think the Who Man body also has like the same flesh tone. Like I said, the middle fingers too, man. Good selling points, and then just all the extra bits and stuff. And then yeah, like obviously it's kind of like being kind of put out there like with this. It's like, yeah, those Krieger bodies is like, yeah, that's a specific character, but like, man, you're able to pop and swap, create new characters. Also, same thing. Like I said, you could do with Mythic Legions, you could do with this, and then kind of interesting to see more of these like weapons packs or gear packs kind of get put out, armor packs get put out, because you're gonna be able to get so many different kind of looks. Where yeah, I'm actually interested in seeing if maybe I can maybe start getting into like customizing, maybe throw some blood splatter on some of these or something crazy, something cool, you know. Because yeah, something about this line that's just a little bit more grittier to whenever I look at Mythic Legions, I think they look a little bit too, even like the whole storyline, like a little bit too clean. Where I don't know, like outside of like the orcs and the goblins, those look like very like, oh shit, those look like serious. But something about this line, it just looks a little bit more rugged to me, a little bit more aggressive. So I'm excited to see more of these kind of get shown off. And obviously, like I said, the pre-orders are open right now, so I'm excited to get some of these in hand. But like I said, really excited to see what else is coming from this line, like what other types of like creatures or races or species or anything like that come out. Because yeah, he looked like he had huge plans for this shit, man, like huge plans. So it's good to see that he's seeing the success, man, because that just means more cool shit coming down the line. NYC pop and swap. He I thought the flip or figure was original, but and at the middle finger in hand. Yeah, I thought that was cool. I thought that was a cool for the flipboard, but I saw that was a like early bird. I was like, man, fuck you with that early bird shit, man. Just make it part of the general release, man. But from there, jump into Operation Monster Force. Fresh Monkey Fiction showed off a new, I guess a new, not a reveal, but these are just finally product images of like the stuff that's already gone up for pre-order. So we got like this SWAT type motherfucker, like SWAT zombie type. And yeah, man, like Codenames was saying, I was talking to him, but he was at Joe Fest. This line looks fucking killer, man. It just looks like it's gonna be one of the fucking main lines that people collect. Like honestly, like a lot of people are probably gonna be going in for a lot of this stuff just going forward, just based off how good they look and how seamless they look with like existing lines, you know. Because yeah, this Operation Monster Force, what's the name of this motherfucker? Delta Red Urban Operations Trooper. So yeah, it's like you could use this in like Action Force and classified series, even Marvel Legends. Like you could use this in all kinds of shit, man. I do like that it has like this like helmet head sculpt, so you are able to kind of army build this shit also, so you don't just get the same looking zombie and stuff. So you're able to kind of army build this shit out. I mean, this shit could work like in Resident Evil shots, like video game shots, like all kinds of stuff, man. Where like even the weapons look good, all the stuff that they're doing right there, it looks very cool, man. So it's definitely gonna be on a lot of people's radar once these things start landing, man. That's the only thing that I can say bad about it, and it's not really, I guess, it's not really a gripe or anything. It's just like just put the shit out already, guys. I think towards the end of August, like talking to Codenames, like I said, got all the info at Joe Fest. Towards the end of August, we're gonna start seeing some of these things in hand. So I'm excited, man. I got a couple on pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store. I'm probably gonna ship those things right away as soon as they hit, man. So excited to see just how people like them and stuff, man. Because Operation Monster Force, you guys are making some cool shit, but Todd did it first, baby. So if you guys want some fucking demonic vampire zombie stuff, Todd McFarlane saved the best for last, guys. Nah, not quite last. We got a little bit of show left, but not too much more. But yeah, Todd McFarlane, DC Multiverse, Walmart exclusive, Shazam, DC versus Vampires edition, and Max Mercury, also Walmart exclusive, popped up this week. Not too much to say about these outside of like, man, I don't know. The DC versus Vampires line is selling out really well for him, selling really good. Then the Max Mercury, I'm not really too familiar with it, man. I know if this was a Marvel Legends though, like a Marvel Legends character, people be like, "Oh fuck! Oh shit, bro! Marvel Legends is cooking, bro." They'd be all over this shit, man, but not so much over here. It is reused though, so it is reused from some shit, so it's easy for Todd to produce this stuff. And then his SDCC convention exclusive, we got this Superman statue. Where the one thing I thought about this was like, you could have just made a statue, dude. Like you make statues, guy. Like you don't need to make this articulated. Where I think if you would have made it a statue, I think the paint would have been better. I think all that would have been better, but then you would have got people bitching about it. About why is this a statue and not a figure? It's like this is supposed to be reproduced from a fucking classic comic book, Death of Superman and all that stuff. So you got this this gold statue of him. But I just thought it was just so dumb to not have this be a statue and actually be an action figure. It was just like maybe I'm the one that's crazy though. Maybe people did want this to be an action figure, but I just thought it would have been a lot cooler had it just been a fucking statue. Even if it was like a upscaled one, like a because it's a fucking statue, bro. It's like a tribute to Superman. You know what I mean? It's like Jesus Christ. So he is using that Superman, I think 1000 body, that Action Comics 1000. So yeah, that's a really popular bug, even though it has a single joint elbows. I just thought this was kind of goofy to make this action figure, man. Even though in this promotional images, it looks a hell of a lot better than what you're getting in hand. Because like I said, or like these pictures show off, in hand images are already kind of out there. People are already kind of leaking the stuff out for Todd. He's always getting leaks, man. So yeah, it is gonna be SDCC exclusive. I don't know how well it's gonna sell though, honestly. Like I said, I think if it would have been a statue with some really nice gold paint on him, I think I would have been in for it. But this, not so much. And then from there, almost kind of wrap up the show. VALAVERSE had a panel last week. Weren't able to talk about it just because he wasn't allowing any kind of cameras or anything, any kind of information being put out of there. So we had to wait a whole week till this Saturday. He kind of put it on his YouTube site, got some images ready, and yeah. So panel started off with Series 5 to be continued. So we did talk about his Series 5 a few weeks ago. Already up for pre-order on his site. It had Atlas on there, had Sidewinder, Praetorian Guard, all these like dope characters. But along with that wave, we are going to get some reissues to go along with that. So the Garrison Cavalry are also going to get reissued or going to be part of that wave. And the one difference here that he is putting like a spin on some of these reissues is he's kind of tweaking them a bit. So it's not an exact reissue. It's a little bit different. So if you guys did purchase that old Garrison Cavalry, it was more of a fucking like a black dude. Now it's like a white guy. So it's like, all right, cool. It gets a little bit of a difference. So if you did army build those, now you can army build these also. And you know, you still get the same figure with just a distinct look. So obviously the old one sold out, popular enough. He was getting asked about, you know, getting reissues. So here you have the opportunity to get some more. And then Trigger was also another character that had been heavily requested to be a reissue. So now we are getting a different kind of deco on his pants, from what I understood, different kind of camo, a little bit slightly different. And you're getting this ink up on his arm to kind of distinguish that first release from that previous one. Or maybe that previous one had the tattoo and this one doesn't. I'm not 100% sure. I probably heard incorrectly. So yeah, this is another popular character that a lot of people are clamoring for to get a reissue. And that's the one thing about Bobby that I kind of noticed. It's like, man, he does give you opportunities to pre-order this stuff. And like anything, once it sells out, that's when the people want it. And you know, it kind of sucks for the consumer, but it also must suck for the toy manufacturer, because it's like sometimes you sit on product for so long, nobody buys it. Finally, maybe it goes on sale, or maybe you finally sell out of it after going to multiple cons, and then people start seeing pictures of it, and then people want the shit. And then, all right, now you have to make another run on it. So it is kind of cool that he is doing other runs and just kind of putting a little bit of a spin on it to kind of differentiate the two. So yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a win-win. I feel like he's winning and consumers also winning. From there, he moved on to his head pack Alpha. So it's not the first head pack that he's done, but this one does finally come with like specific characters to figures that are already been on his line. So you get this Trigger head sculpt where he's screaming. Kind of reminds me of somebody. I don't know if my boy Boncho's still in here, but this dude on the bottom left kind of reminds me of somebody. And then Blowback, we get Rollout, we get another head sculpt, Condor, and then Karak, we get another head sculpt. So there's specific characters. And some of his army type joints, we get Arctic Gas Mask, so a gas mask to go with those Arctic troopers, Arctic Steel Brigade commander. So now you got the gold on them to kind of, up rank him and shit. And then Swarm Trooper damage, so you get damaged fucking head sculpts, which is pretty smart, honestly. If you are army building them, they have some battle damage. Or maybe even if you don't have these figures, you just kind of have those on the ground or something where it's like the motherfucker's helmet blew off or whatever. Like that's pretty cool. And then the Scarab damaged head sculpt too, so that also looks cool. And then from there, he went on to some hand packs. So I don't know if this is the first time that a company's done hand packs that I can remember, at least. Outside of like maybe some import companies. I can't really think of too many companies that do hand packs, but he is putting one out there with also middle fingers. So that's pretty cool. So you get these like more glove types to kind of fit your I guess the figures that you have already. And then you also just get regular fucking no glove, just flesh colored hands. So that's pretty fucking dope. Considering that some of these peg onto like fucking Hasbro figures, shit, you might be able to get a fucking Tobey Maguire sticking the middle finger at somebody. So that'll be pretty fucking awesome. And then from there, he moved on to a fucking added deco to his fucking Vanguard, where when he fucking first showed this off, I was like, holy fuck, man, I should have waited. But I was going in for the silver one. We do get like these mud splatters on the tires. I think the mud splatters on this fucking desert tan one look fucking killer, where it just sets it off a little bit differently, on the gray one, since I am gonna like put my urban commandos on there, it's like you're not really gonna get too much mud splatter on the fucking like city streets. I mean, you could, and it still looks dope, but I'm kind of still happy that I got the regular one. But I think on that desert tan one, I would have been kind of I think I'd be going in for another one, honestly, with that mud splatter. These are going to be limited to 500 each, though, so they're going to be exclusive to his site. You're not going to be able to pre-order these on Big Bad Toy Store or any other online retailer. So 500 limited. I think they're going to go pretty fast, especially that Desert Tan one. I think that one's going to go really, really fast. I'm kind of surprised that he did equal 500 and 500 because, like I said, I feel like the Desert one, it works a little bit more. So, yeah. I like dinos. This fucking dumbass rig. Yeah, you got it. Legions does hand packs. God damn it, NYC. Oh, you're talking shit. The Praetorian looks sick. Yeah, the Praetorian looks really badass. Those trucks look sick with the mud. Yeah, the mud splatter. Man, when he was talking about this, I guess he just recently came back from China, and I guess it was at China. They just surprised him with this shit. Showed him one off, like a prototype. They were like, "Hey, we got a surprise for you. Want to show you this?" And he was like, "Oh shit, that looks really fucking cool." Instantly put it into production, limited to 500 each. So be on the lookout for that if you are interested. It should be popping up fairly soon, around the time that the first ones land. So I think around that time he's gonna open up a pre-order. And then from there, along with that Vanguard, not just the mud splatter one, but if you do get the other ones, just the regular ones, you are gonna get like these added kind of add-ons to it. So that's the one thing he was always talking about when he was showing this thing off, was like it has like these like modular aspect to it where you could kind of future. He didn't really say anything about it, but he said, in the future you're going to be able to kind of customize some of these, So we do get this brush guard, armored windshield, armored doors, where, man, seeing this, I was kind of thinking like, man, maybe I don't need that Mezco van, because this shit looks exactly like what that looks like, and these are just going to be add-ons to something I already have on pre-order. And then you also get a cow catcher. So this shit looks fucking gnarly as fuck, where I feel like you got to get this shit, man. You got to zombie proof the fuck out of this thing. You know what I mean? And then you are able to kind of combine the two. So you get a brush guard cow catcher combo. Like that just looks fucking badass, bro. Where, like I said, man, you're looking at those Shaun of the Dead figures, zombie figures just kind of getting mowed down by this thing in a shot would look so fucking cool, or just in a display. Like it just looks so badass, where zombie proofing your fuck out of your fucking Vanguard. Like, man, who wouldn't do that if you paid all that money for this fucking tank? You know what I mean? Like, I'd be all over this shit. So this looks fucking awesome. So it's the chat saying, all these third-party figures are taking the money away from buying Marvel Legends in DC. God damn it. Yeah. So be on the lookout for this. And then this right here kind of caught me off guard, man. Limited to 50. There was like a live stream on the 3POA. It had to be like over probably last year, maybe. I think maybe around the time when he first showed off that first Vanguard. There was a guy that, like, I don't know if it was a super chat or just a chat, like saying that his wife was asking for a pink one. This motherfucker went and made a pink one, man. It's kind of crazy that I don't know if that initially because of that chat he did this, but I guess when he went to China, they showed him one off, and he was just like, "Hey, yeah, let's do it." Limited to 50, where I don't know. Honestly, this is kind of a miss for me. I'm not really feeling this, but one of the things that I always kind of take away from Bobby is just like I've said this before, it's just like the business savvy that he has, where limiting this to 50, I have a feeling this thing is gonna be fucking going crazy in the aftermarket, where I'm not gonna buy one just for that. I'm not gonna buy one at all. But just seeing some of his general releases go for crazy amounts, like the fucking Pandora, some of the earlier figures that are like sold out and go for crazy amounts, the hype behind his line and his fans are like hardcores, bro. Like just seeing like the people that are all in for a lot of this stuff all the time, I can only imagine how they're feeling if it's something that's limited to 50. Even though it's pink, it just looks a little bit too out there for me. It doesn't it doesn't look like it'll fit anything. Even though I would buy like a pink Cadillac or something for like my pink skulls or something, maybe you can have this for your pink skulls. Who knows? But limited to 50, it's gonna be a very limited piece where I feel like it's something about Bobby, like where he's like trying to see like how far he could push like this this like aftermarket crazy stuff, even though he's completely against it. I think it's like cool for him to have like these limited pieces, because we're gonna talk about a Pandora figure right now, and it's something that he really kind of puts a lot of thought into when he kind of comes out with this. Even though, like I said, this isn't really for me. Like I'm like I cannot do anything with this. It's just kind of a little bit too jarring to see this. It's like a pink colorway on this fucking Resvani. It looks off. It looks completely off to me, but I'm only basing it off of like just like the hype and like the hardcore collectors that are in this line. I feel like they're gonna go crazy for this fucking thing. Where I myself am not. I can easily pass on this. If another company did this, Bobby Ali would make fun of it. I have to agree, honestly. Save the tatas. Save the tatas. Yeah. Call it the Bancho Mobile. Yeah. It's for proceeds going to breast cancer awareness. No, not this one right here. The figure is going for breast cancer awareness, but this Resvani is not. Because if you watch the rest of the stream, one of the guys asked that. One of the guys says, "Hey, my mom died from breast cancer awareness." He says, "Are the proceeds to the Resvani going to that too?" He says, "No, it's a separate thing." And he says that breast cancer awareness was kind of spawned from seeing this pink Vanguard. So this was like something completely different that he just wanted to kind of do. And I thought it was just super odd where, man, I hope one day he releases one in like a stealth black where it's like a fucking murdered out tinted windows and like it's just super stealthy looking where it's like, oh yeah, I'll buy that. You know, maybe a little bit of chrome around there, something cool. I'm like, please don't let that be a limited. So I'm happy to see this be a limited because this for me is an easy pass. But I have to kind of agree with this. I feel like if somebody else would have done this, I think he would have been like honestly bashing this, where I don't know, maybe the contrast of it just having like this military style vehicle and then it being pink is just something maybe some collectors might be in for. Because like I said, maybe you can fucking Bancho. Oh man, I had to get my boy Bancho with this shit the other day. He said killing it, and I screen capped this. I was like, killing it, huh? You LGBTQ now? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought this was a little bit out there. But then, as the chat's kind of pointing out, here's the box. He is, and this is what I mean about like his like business savvy. It's something about Bobby that the way he operates. It's like he has like a certain kind of code that he operates by. And one of the codes is he always likes to give back. He's done that with his line where he's lowered the prices. He's put a little bit more bucks into some of his collectors' pockets. And then he looks like he's like a big. It's really important to him, you know. And I feel like that is part of like a business mindset where you have to kind of understand, like, hey man, you do have to kind of give back. Maybe it's something that has to do with karma. Maybe it's something that has to do with some kind of like other kind of things that maybe are not so much business, but like he stands by what he does, and like he has like certain values that I guess he holds, you know. And I guess that's the part of business that I mean. That kind of goes into like the integrity of somebody, you know. So him having like a cause that he's really like for, you know, breast cancer awareness. Hey man, I can't knock that, you know. Because this is the figure that's going to be going, all the proceeds are going to be going to the breast cancer awareness, not the Resvani. The Resvani is just limited 50. That's going to be selling, but this as a driver to that Resvani is going to go hand in hand All the proceeds to this figure are gonna go to breast cancer awareness, and like that. Even though it's not for me, I can't knock it, man. Like I've said multiple times, man. Sometimes, dude, hey, man, times get tough, bro. And like, trust me, man. I know right now specifically, not so much for this cause, but man, sometimes, dude, out of the blue, it can impact a family, certain kind of diseases or any kind of stuff like that. So if anybody's ever kind of like donating to this type of stuff, who's gonna knock it, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Easily pass on this for me. I do kind of support that stuff, but I don't know if I really need like a pink action figure, you know what I mean, or a pink Steel Brigade. But if it's for a good cause, it's hard to kind of talk down on it, man. But yeah, I have to kind of wonder if another company would have done this, would he kind of be reacting the same way? I don't know, maybe not, but who's to say, you know what I mean? But if he chose to do it, I mean, hey, man, it's his line, it's his fucking decisions that he has to make, you know. And like I said, it's hard to knock, you know what I mean? Boncho, my boy Boncho. I'm buying the pink one and selling it for $100,000. Yeah, that pink Rasmani, man. I feel like shit, man. It might be, like I said, might not be for you, but man, I'm pretty sure if you locked one up, you'd probably be happy when you start looking at the aftermarket prices on that shit. Talk of the devil and the devil shall appear. Yeah, Boncho, exactly. My boy Boncho. You got to respect a charity. It's almost never a bad thing. Yeah, exactly, man. You got to respect anybody that's giving towards charity or any kind of cause like this. It's like, man, you know, it sucks, bro. Trust me, man. It sucks, man, when you get hit like that as a family, as an individual, and to kind of see people are kind of still willing to help out and lend a hand. People that don't even know you, like, hey, man, like that's more power to them. You know what I mean? So for a good cause, hopefully it does sell well. But then from there, he moved on to some more reveals. Next up, we got this terrific Comic Con coming up in Connecticut. So August 16th through the 18th, he's gonna be at this con in Connecticut. It's home, I guess, is like backyard or somewhere around there. He's kind of close to the Northeast. I don't know if he's in Connecticut specifically, but he is gonna have this Elite Praetorian going up for, I guess you could buy it there at the con, man. So it looks pretty cool. And this is gonna be the first time you get this Praetorian in your hands, because this is going to land before Series 5. So this is part of the Series 5 figures, or like, you know, wave or whatever. But this specific look is going to be getting delivered before that other just regular version. So it looks cool. Like I like that it's like a con exclusive, because like I said, it's not something that's super essential. Like if this would have been like the only time you get this specific figure, it would have kind of sucked. But it is kind of a different kind of spin on it, where it still kind of works. Like it has like this translucent kind of like paint job to it, where I don't know. I always like action figures that kind of have that stuff. And for me, I always kind of feel like those types of like action figures are always like translucent, like the exclusives, con exclusives. I think Monster Force had some at Joe Fest. And then, you know, obviously Plunderlings have had theirs on their Kickstarter. Multiple companies always do this type of thing. And I don't know if this is like fully translucent, but I guess like the armor bits kind of gives it like a specific kind of toyetic factor, and then a specific kind of look that it also works for this character, like the Praetorian Guard. It just looks super tech, you know? So yeah, I'm in for one pinky. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at anybody buying that, man. Honestly, going for a good cause. You're not buying the pink. Do you even like titties? NYC. Hey, you're right. You actually just changed my mind. You're right about that. The green and the blue work. Yeah, the green and the blue work, right? Because it just looks toyetic, but like I said, it looks like something that this character will also have, like just some kind of like, I don't know. It just looks kind of like this digital type of armor almost. It just looks crazy. So I like it. If I can get my hands on one of these, if it goes up on his site after the con, I'll be happy. I'll probably lock one in. That green clear plastic looks dope on the futuristic figures. Yeah, exactly. Because that's exactly what these things are. They're like futuristic, like, you know, soldier types. Looks like a toy pizza figure. Oh yeah, you're right. It does kind of look like one of those. But it looks cool. I'm excited to get the Praetorian, the regular version, and then if I can come across this one on his site later on, just like that Swarm Horde from PowerCon, that was an exclusive, and then it went up on his site, the remaining stock. So I think we're gonna get the opportunity to get these. And yeah, just looking at the loadout, it looks super awesome. Cardbacks look cool as fuck too. I like it a lot, man. And the stand, like I said, this all come with fucking action figure stands, man. And then from there, he's going to Rhode Island Comic Con. So November 1, 2, and 3, he's gonna be at this con. kind of made it a point to say that Hasbro's going to be there. So he definitely wants to show out, man, in front of his old coworkers, man. So up there, he's gonna have an all new Pandora, this fucking leather jacket and shit. So looks pretty fucking cool, man. I never picked up that first Pandora, man, but if I can come across this one, dude, like I said, I hope that remaining stock goes on this site. I hope it doesn't sell out, man. But seeing how many Bone Collector version 2s were selling out at Joe Fest, I wouldn't be surprised if they all sell out, man. It being one of his favorite characters in his line, though, like his actual characters, like I feel like he's gonna produce a good amount of them. So yeah, I'm hoping that I can get my hands on one of these because yeah, I think this one looks really cool. Head sculpts look different enough, and man, she's just so sadistic as a character, I guess, from the storyline that he's kind of told. That yeah, it's just I guess it's just kind of fits to have this kind of like specific face portrait on her. She just looks like she's ready to kill a motherfucker, you know. And then he was kind of hinting at like more of her faction is going to come out soon. So you are eventually going to see her brother come into the line. So I am interested to see that. I forgot the name of them, like Blood something, or I forgot. The insignia is right here on the back of her jacket. So something really cool, man. I'm interested to see the rest of like these characters kind of come out and just him continue to build out his world. It looks really cool. And then next up, he showed off. You guys remember the action points? No, a lot of people weren't fans of that, man. But yo, also action points are going to be used to get to specific version 2 of I guess variant of version 2 of Pandora. So you get this like white leather version or white leather jacket version, where the insignia right here can really stand out. Like that shit looks fucking killer on the back. Normally I'd be like, it just looks a little bit funny with all the white, but it just kind of works, man, you know. But then the one thing that's pretty fucking crazy, man, and this is what I mean. This is something that's like really important to Bobby, man. It's like this is what, and he was kind of hinting that at the panel was like, you guys remember mail-aways and all that stuff, and it's like something that he did collecting, growing up collecting. So it's like it's important. I guess it's like he gets like a kick out of doing this type of stuff because even though it's harder for him, because he said it, he's like it's a logistical nightmare to gather all these points, ship them out, make sure that people follow all the correct steps, and get these figures out to the people. He's still doing it, man. Like he gets a rush out of it. He gets a kick out of it. And it's his line. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. But check this out. Along with having the mail away points, the people that are all in are they're fucking pissed, bro, because there is going to be a chase variant. I think it might be limited to 100, just like that version 2 Bone Collector. So you're gonna get an all bloodied up version of this fucking version of her. So all that white leather, it was for something. Those white pants, it's for something, man. Where I don't know, man. That shit looks pretty fucking vicious. Like it looks pretty cool. Like, and it being like a chase version, like, man, dude, I know a lot of people that are like all in are pretty pissed off because it's like, fuck. Like the odds of getting this shit are super hard. Not only do you have to have the points, but it's not like you could just buy multiples, you know, like they were doing with that fucking Bone Collector. I think people were buying 5 at a time because they wanted those 1 of 100 joints. And this one right here, you're not going to be able to do that. I mean, unless you have all the points, but even then, that's a shit ton of action force, man, where it's pretty fucking genius on his part to kind of do this, like to actually have a mail away figure. And then in that mail away figure, you're putting that chase. Like this is probably going to be one of the most sought after figures in all the line once it's all said and done. So I thought that was pretty insane right there. Like it just looks fucking, it's pretty fucking crazy. Looks like a trans Joker. Stupid ass motherfucker. I don't know. I like the head sculpt. I feel like it fits her character. Moonwalker Pandora. Yeah. The all white. Pandora needs bigger boobies. Yeah, that's the one thing too, huh? I did notice that on the other version. I was like, yeah, she kind of needs a little bit more chesties, bro. But hey, man, I mean, it's his character, I guess. It's his favorite too. So I mean, if he's happy with it, I want to get one at least because, like I'm starting to notice that she's like a more important in the line than what I initially thought. And then he was kind of saying that once that fucking Pandora goes up, this Condor or this Covert Ops Condor, which was the old mail away figure, is gonna become more not of a general release, but it's gonna have a more of a premium price on his site. So you're able to just gonna pre-order that like nothing, like freely, you know. But you are gonna have to pay a little bit more than you initially had to pay for had you had those points. So it's gonna have a little bit more of a premium price. But now people that didn't have the points or just throw them away or whatever, now they can pre-order this figure that they want. And I do like this one. This one looks really cool with the fucking Hawaiian shirt and stuff. So that's cool. And it's cool that he's doing that. He's kind of moving on from the old mail away to the new one and allowing people to buy this one now. And then the Big Bad Toy Store exclusive, we talked about that. It was a Senshi we talked about last week that went on Big Bad Toy Store. It's like a Stealth Ops version, so that one looked really cool. I did pre-order one of those. I forgot to get the image today, but then also from there he went into a little bit of a sneak peek into the next year, man. So next year we are looking at some stuff that he got to see in China. Flocked beard. Like, whoa, man. When I saw this, I was like, yo, this dude's he's trying stuff, man. Like that's what he said. He's like, I like to try stuff. I like to see what else nobody's doing, what's working, what's not working. Not everything is gonna work, but it's worth a try and it's worth taking a look at. And this fucking JDF head sculpt right here on the left with a flocked beard, like, call me crazy, but that looks kind of fucking cool, man. He did kind of mention that it's gone through a shit ton of tweaks, a shit ton of like prototypes, because sometimes it just looks a little bit too puffy. It looks kind of like an afro or something. But they kind of tweaked it to kind of trim it down just enough where it kind of works, man. So I don't know. I won't be surprised if he puts out a figure with this shit in the future. I wouldn't be mad at it. I'd be interested in taking a look at it. So it looks crazy. And yeah, even like Rick saying that flock beard looks dope. Like I feel like for toy photography, it's gonna add a little bit more dimension to the shot. Just like when people like talk about like third-party figures or Mezco figures with soft goods, it's just like a distinct added on look to an action figure where it's just like it gives it a little bit of a different spin where, man, maybe this flock thing might be, I mean, it's not the first time flock has gone on an action figure, but it might be something that kind of companies maybe take a look at going forward for like beards or like hair or stuff. Who knows? Like it could lead to something. So be on the lookout for that. I'm just going to take the white Pandora to Legion's Con and yell, Savage Crucible was so much better. Get this figure some real blood on it. 1 of 1. Yeah. It's our beating your ass up, codenames. The only issue is like dust. Make sure you dust constantly. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. He's not saying this is a for sure thing, but he was just kind of showing off little things that he got to see at the factory. Vac Metal also taking a look at that still, seeing how that can work on the Steel Brigade guys. You didn't even know what the fuck the grenades are for. I don't have no idea either. But yeah, that's interesting to kind of get a look at some stuff that's kind of getting worked on in his line in the factories and stuff. And then more backpack, I guess just packs and stuff coming down. So we got radio and all this extra stuff. That's cool. Not really something that I'm in for. And then more weapons packs, guys. So this double barrel shotgun right here on the bottom, it does kind of open up, so it's gonna look fucking cool as fuck. Like this weapons pack here looks like some heaters, man. Like this one looks like they're all fucking sick. It's got the Uzis, it got fucking, it looks like AK-47 with a grenade launcher. Like this one looks sick. I feel like I'm gonna get this one. Fucking shotguns, multiple shotguns. Like yeah, even like this, like looks like, I don't even know what the fuck this is called. It's like one of those sawed off AK types. But this double barrel shotgun right here is gonna have a specific double barrel fucking like muzzle flash and shit. So you're able to kind of get those two pegged into that shit when it blasts. So that's very fucking cool, man. So be on the lookout for this weapons pack as he goes down the alphabet. And this is probably gonna be slated for sometime next year, early next year, along with this fucking bazooka, guys. Yeah, he's gonna throw a fucking bazooka that is gonna come with this carrying case, man. So this carrying case is going to be part of this release. It's going to have good effect piece that actually makes sense, not just some fucking Hasbro effect pieces. It just looks like it's coming out of the back and shit. So this looks pretty dope, man. I'll probably get this shit because we throw this on Deadpool or some shit. Very awesome, very fucking sick. And then he kind of showed off some, like more of like a passion project. He kind of asked about this. He's like, anybody interested in statues? Kind of gauge the temperature in the room. It wasn't a lot of excitement. So he's like, maybe, sometimes I just do stuff. Maybe it doesn't work, doesn't kind of go well with people, or maybe it just gets scrapped. And he has no problem with that, But it being one of his favorite characters, he wanted to make a statue of Pandora, just kind of put a prototype out there, see if there's any kind of interest. The one thing I take away from this is take away the character and make props like this. Like make a stack some money, make like, whatever stand this shit's on, maybe make like a, I don't know, some kind of table, some kind of, make stuff like that and people will buy that. You don't like, just simplify the idea, It's like if you take this fucking, like, I don't know, it looks like she's like sitting on like stacks of money or some shit. If you make stuff like that, even if it's like just like ammo or like guns that are like just a statue, but it's like a fucking mountain of them, like people will find things to do with that. Look at fucking Todd when he made that Dark Knight Joker. We had that fucking stack of cash. That shit was fucking cool as fuck. Who didn't want that accessory? Like now people are like trying to backtrack and buy that figure. You can't. Even the Jokerized version, you can't buy it because they want those stacks of cash. And it's like, dude, think of stuff like that. Like even just like briefcases stacked up in a certain way. Like, I don't know, TV, like crazy stuff. People will build like dioramas using those accessories. And I feel like he's already kind of making like the renders for this stuff. Just take away the figure. Nobody wants the statue. But the stuff that she's sitting on, it could potentially be something, you know. So I don't know. It'd be cool to have him do that. She looks Diesel as a statue. Yeah, she does. Looks very cool as a statue, man. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we just kind of simplify that idea. And then next vehicle preview, he showed off this fucking Swarm Locust. And yeah, this is gonna be like a one-seater. I'm just gonna call this like a helicopter, but it's not a helicopter. It's like fucking wings that have this shit being propelled through the air. It's got like these missiles that come out of this fucking ass, so it just sprays all these fucking missiles down on people. It's fucking gun getting sprayed in the front. So yeah, this is for the Swarm Horde, but just as a vehicle, it looks pretty freaking gnarly. Pretty well sized too. It looks fairly big for what it is. Like I'm like, damn. And then just the design of it looks pretty out there. Like it just resembles like a fucking like a wasp or a locust and shit. So it looks cool. Like it looks interesting. He is trying to price this thing at under $100, but that's, you know, being negotiated with the factory, what they could produce, how they could produce it, man. So he's trying to get this thing to be under $100. Where hey, that'd be pretty awesome, man. I'll be all for it. I only have some of the Swarm Horde from the PowerCon, so I have those Horde guys. So I don't know. I think this colorway still kind of works. If this is red and stuff, I'll probably get one. That might be cool. And then he is gonna have like a driver for it, so he's gonna have like this deco on him, all these straps on him. Looks interesting. Looks kind of futuristic and shit. And the paint looks cool enough. He doesn't have a name for it though yet, so it's only the driver for right now, or the pilot. And then to close out, guys, just to close out with a little 1/6 action, we got this Hano Studio Symbiote Spider-Man that I did see pop up this week. And man, I thought this thing looked, I don't know, man. I was really happy with the Wolverine. But this Hano Studio Spider-Man, not so much. It's a little bit more, I don't know. It just looks a little bit too costumey, bro. It doesn't look like a symbiote fucking on him, you know. It just looks like a pajama. Where I don't know, man. These being Hano Studios, they are supposed to be a little bit more collector friendly when it comes to the price. But seeing that Wolverine and the Magneto, I was like, yo, this is one company to look out for. Where this doesn't look bad. I feel like if this would have been a 112 figure, I think a lot of people would have been hyped on it. I think it looks better than that fucking Mezco that came out a few years ago. Just because of the proportion on the body, he looks slim. But just seeing the fabric, it just doesn't look like, it looks like a symbiote, man. When you compare that Hot Toys, that Spider-Man 3 game, where even that, it looks like it bunches up, but the texture on that, it looks so much better. It looks like, yeah, that's like an alien fucking life form, you know, on in, where this just looks like a onesie, you know. Even though I like the proportion of it, and you know, who doesn't like symbiote Spider-Man, it just looks kind of off. I just wanted to close it out with this because it's a 1/6 figure, and we didn't really talk about any 1/6 stuff. But yo, for the price points, they're not crazy. I am waiting for that Wolverine. And like we were talking about the Wolverine, the Magneto, they all come with like this comic stand. So you do get this Secret Wars issue right here. I believe it's Secret Wars 8, I think. So yeah, that iconic cover where he gets that fucking suit. And yeah, that's cool. That's pretty dope display piece, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said that about the Magneto. I'm interested in get the Wolverine to kind of pose around and kind of see, and the sculpt on him looks really cool. And then yeah, maybe I dive into getting some like 1/6 figures here and there, because I do have like these like fucking, I took down my detops and kind of just stored them away, but I kind of want to bring them out when I get into like more 1/6 stuff, if I ever get into them. Kind of just have them in storage for right now because they were taking up space. But yeah, if I ever do get into them, I kind of want to display like 1/6 figures into those. And yeah, maybe the Hano Studio stuff is it. I had to see more of this stuff in hand, but yeah, just based off of these like images, I was like, it kind of looks a little bit too costumey, too, I don't know, too cheap, honestly. It's a flopper. Cosplay Spider-Man, yeah, right. Like it just, you can see like the seams on that shit. Like it don't look good, bro. When you can see all the seams, it's like, nah, dude. If you can't produce it to look like a symbiote, don't do it, man. But yo, guys, that's all the action figure news I have for the week. A lot of fucking news, man. It's a longer show than last week, where I thought last week I had more shit to talk about, but apparently not. Apparently I was talking too much TMNT this week. But yo, guys, as always, I want to thank everybody, not just for joining me, but the people that sub, people that catch the replay. Yeah, man, thank you guys. And I always kind of run out of stuff to say. I feel like Joe Biden. Now I feel like Joe Biden. I'm like, COVID. Nah, man. But for reals, thank you guys, man. I really appreciate all the support that I get on the channel. Like I said, growing channel. I'm trying to stay consistent doing this every fucking week, man. Sometimes it's hard, guys. Like I said, sometimes you look at all the shit we talking about. Sometimes it's hard to gather all the stuff, but I like to think it's an enjoyable show, man. You know, like whenever like my family or my friends see this shit, they're like, dude, like, why do you do this? Like all this stuff is like, why do you do this? I enjoy it, man. I enjoy coming in here talking to you guys every week. And yeah, getting to chop it up with you guys. Cause like I said, can't do this anywhere else, man. Can't talk about fucking, geek out and talk about toys and shit like that anywhere else in my life, guys. So I do appreciate you guys joining me here. No kind of news coming down the pike. I'm just excited to kind of see what more stuff's coming out of SDCC. Gonna have plenty of stuff to talk about, guys. So as always, man, thank you guys, man. Have a great 4th of July week. I think that what's that, Wednesday or Thursday? You guys are Canadian. Have a good Canada Day tomorrow. Be sure to bow down to your fucking master and overlord Trudeau. But yeah, guys, take care of yourselves, man. Keep buying cool stuff. Keep collecting, man. I'll catch you guys next week, man. Peace out.